choose speaker to follow Emily and what she's sharing, or us as we're speaking, or gallery to see everybody that's on camera. And can everybody see and hear us okay? Can we get a thumbs up in the chat? Audio sound good? Awesome.
Hi, Phoebe. Oh, I love the fireworks. Awesome. And can you let everyone know how to watch in Zoom and so that they're going into the Zoom room?
Yes, so if you are joining through the hub and it didn't automatically bring you in through Zoom, you can just click right below and there's a link that says click here to join in through Zoom.
Who is ready to make some magic today? Day 3, part 3.
How's everybody feeling?
Woo! Yeah, from Nicole. Love it. Oh, yeah. All right. It looks like our sound is good. Our video is good. We've got these beautiful magic makers here. We've got the team and Phoebe. Also, I just want to take a minute to acknowledge the outrageously amazing Ziva team. Y'all, 3 live events, like over 20,000 people alive, 300 slides, hundreds of pages of scripts. Like, they have been crushing it so hard. So just give it up for the Ziva team. You guys are amazing. And let's give it up for yourselves. You have shown up 3 days in a row. That is no small feat. We are playing full out. So the team's going to keep promoting you to panelists. Raise your hand if you'd like to come on camera. I see a bunch of people's hands are raised, so we're bringing you up as fast as we can. And in the meantime, we are going to dance. So go ahead and stand on up. We're going to dance our future selves in right here, right now. Uh-huh. Oh, here we go. Future looks like wow. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. It's like wow. Who's ready to have a little fun today? Like wow. Oh, wow. Who's ready to have a lot of fun today? It's like wow. Yeah, wow. Future looks like, call it in now, whose future looks like wow? Bring it in now, burn them with the high high. Making moves, making moolah. Bada bing, bada boo. If you're just joining us, go ahead and stand on up. We're going to dance into our bodies. If you'd like to join us on camera, raise your hand. If you want to watch us in the Zoom room, there's a link right underneath the box, and that's going to bring you into Zoom. Hi, Amy. Get ready. You're going to be featured today. Sexy dress. And even already, as we're dancing, releasing anything that is not serving your dream and dancing as if this dream is already done. And if this is your 4, what does your 10 look like? If you were to dance all the way, bring all your joy. It's coming up right now, and it's looking like how? Wow. Wow. The future looks like wow. Yes, so good. Bravo. Placing one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Taking a big deep breath in. Exhaling on an ah. Taking a big deep breath in, this time all the way down into your feet. Exhaling on a hum. Really, really good. And when you're ready in your own time, you can start to open your eyes, come into this moment. Thank you for dancing and playing full out. I'm just going to take a moment to make sure that all of our digital and technical ducks are in a row before we pray us in. It looks like some people are looking for a code. It looks like the Zoom is asking people for a code to become a panelist, which I've never seen before. Every day, Zoom gives us some new adventure, some new delight, some new obstacle to overcome, which is kind of like life. Just when you're like, I've got this, my dream is ready, I am an energetic match for my dream, nature's like, what? Your ex-husband just showed up. Or you're like, oh, there's a hurricane going on. Or like, oh no, my son's school is out today. So there's always going to be a little something. So we're just going to take a moment to get everything ready. So Shelby, Kristen, Desiree, can you just share any pro tips where they can get the best out of this? How's my sound? Give me a thumbs up if sound is good. Was music good? Okay. Great sound. No one's being asked for a code. Okay, great. Okay, we're good to go. Anything from the team? Okay, amazing. Here we go. Just taking a moment, we're going to ground in. I want to welcome you to the space. Welcome to day 3. Finding your breath, finding your body. Letting all of the activity and excitement and electricity in your mind start to melt down behind your eyes, behind your throat. And down into your heart. Taking an even bigger, loving, nourishing breath into your heart. And as you exhale, letting all of that energy melt down through your solar plexus, through your belly, and gathering in your pelvic bowl. On this next breath, imagining that your hips could separate and widen, making even more space in your root, breathing life into the magnet and the generator of your body. And as you exhale, humming a pleasurable sigh all the way down to the base of your spine. Dropping beautiful golden roots into the earth, even already creating a mycelial network of magic, connecting through our roots, through the field, with each other, through Mama Gaia. And bring our awareness back up into our heart and imagining a beautiful invisible web of golden strings connecting through our heart. Amplifying our love, amplifying our presence, filling up our electromagnetic fields with the frequency of pure love. And then sending a laser beam of light out through the top of your head, from your pineal and pituitary gland in the middle of your brain, through your crown, all the way up to your unique soul star, to your celestial connection. And as you feel this laser beam of light all the way up into the stars and these golden mycelial roots grounding you all the way down, feeling and remembering your body as a vessel and a channel of the divine. Letting yourself be an antenna to bring the frequency of heaven here to earth for ours and for everyone's highest good. Letting every single cell in your body start to vibrate with the frequency of pure joy, magnetism, awe, receptivity, bliss. Tuning into your electromagnetic field, this field that we've been working with, learning about this whole time, this whole 8 days together. And as you breathe your next breath, seeing if you could fill it with even more love and let it expand even wider. Could your electromagnetic field fill your entire room? And then bringing it back down to your body, where it feels natural, sustainable, and encasing this in a beautiful iridescent bubble of light. Wrapping this whole field, every single participant, past, present, and future, and all of the electronics. Wrapping it with so much protection, support, amplification, ease, lubrication. So we are supported by the sound, the technology, this magic of transmission. And with this ceremony space set, with your field set, with you connected to the quantum field, calling in your inner child, little you, that 4 or 5 or 6-year-old version of you that still believed and believes in magic, that remembers that everything and anything is possible. That little kid version of you that remembers why your soul incarnated, and that remembered that we're here to have a good time. And letting your inner child know that it's safe to feel, it's safe to play, it's safe to feel good, it's safe to dream, and letting them know that you have their back, that you're going to hold them today through this ceremony, through this activation, through this masterclass. They get to learn alongside with you, and that they get to teach you. Dedicating this practice to your inner child. Really good. And now calling in your future self, your inner elder, your inner crone, your inner wise one. The version of you that has already manifested beyond what you knew to pray for, that has received the lessons, that has alchemized anything that is an energetic block, and that is here to be of service to the planet. Let that inner elder sit next to you and be of service to you, a guide to you. Calling on your guides in the unseen realm, your angels, your ancestors, actively calling on the spirit of Ziva, spirit of bliss, joy, magic. Calling on the spirit of Isis, the divine feminine, Osiris, the divine masculine, Gaia. Offering up the prayer that we are so gentle with ourselves, we have so much grace with ourselves, and that every single person who watches this right now or in the future receives the exact medicine that they came here for, no more, no less, in a way that is safe, in a way that is nurturing, in a way that heals at a tectonic level and allows them to be an energetic match for their dream. Offering the prayer that this temple is beautiful in devotion, built with grace and magnetism, and that the exact people who feel called to go deeper into the inner chambers know that this is for them in a way that feels true, easy, powerful, and shifts the timeline not only for them, but for their generations and for everyone in their field. May we be bridges to bring the celestial to the terrestrial, and the terrestrial to the celestial, heaven to earth, and earth to heaven for ours and everyone's highest good. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is for ours and everyone's highest good. In your own time, whenever you're ready, we can start to slowly, gently open the eyes. Hi. I'm so glad to be back with you. It's so good to see your beautiful faces. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for playing full out. I mean, day 3, not a joke, you guys. We're going on like hour 6 or 7 of these initiations and these transmissions. So bravo, give yourself a huge high five for showing up for yourself and showing up for each other. Today is day 3. Today is the culmination. Today is the climax, if you will, literally and figuratively. And if you're showing up today, it tells me that you are committed to your dreams. And it's been so fun to see how much magic has happened. Yes, in the chat and also in our amazing Facebook group and on Instagram. Don shared, he said, I'm 81 years old, but I actually feel like I'm still a teenager. There must have been a mistake at the hospital when I was born. For the first time in 20 years, I am actually feeling all of my wild, seemingly impossible dreams will all be fulfilled. You guys, I hope that at 81 years old, I am saying I still feel like a teenager and that all of my dreams are going to be fulfilled. Like, yes, Dawn, yes. There was also a woman who posted in the group this morning, and she's a nurse, and she said that, and I'm going to paraphrase this a little bit, but I'm going to give you the gist of it because I was like weeping in my bathroom this morning as I read it. And she said one of her patients was like her boss was trying to like commit them against their will. And she's like, I don't like that. I don't believe in that practice. And she just stopped. And instead of getting dysregulated, she regulated herself. And she said, I am powerful. And she's like, this woman will not be committed against her will. And then like, lo and behold, 30 minutes later, it shifted. And that woman did not have to be committed. And it gives me goosebumps even saying it. And that the image that I saw immediately was her regulating her electromagnetic field, her being in her power, knowing how powerful she is, choosing regulation, choosing bliss, choosing calm, and then deciding what outcome she wanted. It shifted the field in real time. And then what I tuned into was all 30,000 of us magic makers increasing and amplifying and activating our electromagnetic field and the ripple effect of that on your family, on your children, on your homes, on your communities. And it brought me to tears first thing this morning. So here we are, day 3, bravo. Like I said, today is the climax in more ways than one. And together we get to embody this frequency of heaven on earth. We get to co-create the frequency of heaven on earth. And the stars keep being on our side. It was like on Tuesday when it was the alchemy day, the sky was like weird and gray and yellow and it was storming. And like the stars were like, go into your shadow. And now it's like we're in like rebirth energy. Mercury retrograde is ending. Things are coming. We are moving into the most powerful manifestation portal, certainly of the year. Some astrologers are saying of our lifetime. And again, the team and I had no idea when we put Magic Maker here that the stars were going to be amplifying these prayers so much. So giddy up. So today is the day where I get to reveal the full 5-part formula. Like this formula that I have been refining and like honing and sculpting like Michelangelo, removing anything that's not the David. This formula that gives you a full roadmap and a system to manifest your full yes love, the career of your dreams, the health that you desire and deserve, whatever it is that you're calling in. This formula is going to help you to be a frequency match for this dream. But before I reveal the formula, I want to do a quick recap. I want to do a highlight reel of everything that we have covered in this 8-day prayer portal together, all the magic we've made. And while I'm doing this, if you want to start to share some of the magic that's shown up for you in the chat, please do, because it's really fun for the team and I. Okay, so day 1, we introduced this idea that when you get access to the field, you get access to what you want, right? Like when you access the quantum realm, then you get access to what it is that you really desire. And in order to manifest your big dreams, you first need to access the unmanifest. You learned the world's simplest manifestation formula. Anyone remember what it is? It's 2 parts. Want to put it in the chat? There's a little song that I do with it. Feel good, place the order, feel good, place the order, feel good. And while that is outrageously simple to understand, it's much more complex to practice as you are learning. We went deep into the quantum realms and we learned that it's not just about accessing the quantum field, it's about how your electromagnetic field is interacting with the field of potential. And then on day 1, we did a beautiful visualize exercise. So regardless if you're a magnet, a visionary, or an alchemist, we spent some time getting clear on what the dream is. And I just want to say, for those of you who feel like you're having a hard time visualizing, know that 1, this is a skill. And also some people, the details turn them on. And for other people, it's more about the feeling, right? So wherever you are in your manifestation, just know that you're not failing. Just go with what feels good because it's about the feeling, right? You spent some time writing down your dream in the chat, in the workbook. You wrote out what your 10 of 10 is on the dream. Then on day 2, we covered the 7 most common limiting beliefs keeping you from your dreams. All the excuses of like, I don't have time. I can't clear my mind. I've tried other styles before. Manifesting just doesn't work for me. And we obliterated them. And then we went into alchemize, right? How to go in so deep into the feelings that we find the pleasure in the expression of them. How we can feel what is real so it can heal. And how dancing with our emotions changes our electromagnetic field and helps us to send a more clear signal to nature. I shared how dance has been scientifically proven to be more effective at treating depression than any other movement modality. And that is paving the way for what we're going to go into today, which is magnetize, AKA your life force, your pleasure. And today you're going to get a taste of putting together 3 parts of this formula. You're going to taste that in your body. We learned that heaven is a vibration, not a destination. And when you have access to the field on demand, we can start to vibrate at that frequency on purpose. And then we also covered that there's 2 ways to access the field, through meditation and through manifesting, de-excitation and excitation. I shared that this is what I teach is not like guided meditations or apps or visualizations. This is a way to induce a verifiable 4th state of consciousness, right? On demand. And it's not a toy. Okay. This thing is a very powerful consciousness expanding toy. And there's also, I learned in the chats and in the group that there's some gaps that we get to fill today, that there's some questions that are coming up. So I'd like to know from you in the chat, like what questions are coming up for you so far? Like what feels clear and what do you want more clarity on? Because I have some that are coming up. People are noticing magic coming in synchronicities. I had a dream about my husband doing our favorite thing. Oh my God, day 1 message I was told, we invite you to your new calling, and that is unfolded already. I took a major action to hop into a new timeline. Whoa, Renee, bravo. That's very exciting. Yes, confidence. Yes, there was a replay. The replay on day 2 was cut a little short. There was an upload error. It has already been fixed. So those of you who didn't get to finish Alchemize know that that is fixed and ready for you. Jeannie is noticing lots of magic moments and coincidences. Ooh, Brianna said, my husband felt my field yesterday and responded beautifully. Yeah, Brianna, that's what we like to hear around here. Okay, so I got a question in the group and it cracked me up so much. This woman said, she was like, hi, I really enjoyed the 2 webinars. OMG, it's an incredibly wonderful energy. Still, I don't understand why Emily is talking about some kind of meditation, but we actually don't do that during the webinars. Am I wrong? I mean, it was great dancing, but is this the kind of meditation she's talking about? I'm a little confused. Anyone else feeling like this woman where you're like, why do you keep talking about this meditation and we're not doing it? Like, why are we just like shaking and yelling and stuff, but you keep talking about how awesome meditation is? Okay. I'm getting a lot of yeses in the chat. All right. So let me explain why I keep talking about this thing and not doing it. It's not to be mean. It's not to be, like cagey. It's because it's not a toy. Okay. Like if I was a shaman and I was like serving ayahuasca, I would not go out on the street and just start handing cups of ayahuasca to people, right? That would not be safe or healthy or helpful for anyone. So I just want to say thank you for asking this question. It makes so much sense. So in a world, let me clarify, in a world where everyone seems to be calling everything meditation, it is confusing. People are like, oh, I'm going on a walking in the woods meditation, or anytime someone closes their eyes, they call it meditation. I am a snob, okay? I am in the minority here. And the dancing we've done so far is not meditation. That is dance. It's been part of alchemy. And what we're going to do today is part of magnetize. That's part of the embodied manifestation part of Ziva. The meditation we've not done yet, and that is on purpose, because this technique is one of the most powerful stress relieving tools I've ever found, and it kicks off a very powerful stress releasing mechanism. You know, I keep saying this is healing stress at the cellular level. Well, that stress has to go somewhere. And oftentimes when people get initiated in the first few days, there can be some nausea, there can be some tears, there can be some nightmares. Like it can be quite purgative. And that's my job and my team's job and the guide's job is to help you through that once it starts. And when we do a webinar like this, I have no way of knowing who's in, who's out, who's doing all 3 sessions. Are you committing to all of them? And also when I trained to be a teacher of this, when I graduated, I took a vow that says that when I teach this portion of this style of meditation, that I'll teach it in its purity. So to be in integrity with my training and to do this in a way that is safe and creates healing instead of suffering, I only initiate people who've raised their hand and said, yes, I am fully in and willing to commit. And it's similar with the magnetize. Okay, it's similar with pleasure, which is what we're going to go into the history and science of today. And this might seem obvious, but I'm going to say it anyway. Especially with pleasure practices, because we are all swimming in so much shame and conditioning and trauma. When we go into pleasure practice, it requires safety, it requires consent, it requires closed containers, integration, check-ins. And so there's only so far that we're going to go today in a way that is pleasurable and fun. But don't worry, you're not going to feel like today's going to be plenty. Okay. Like we are going to have some fun today, and we're going to do an outrageously beautiful ceremony. But I just wanted to name that parts of this formula I'm not permitted to do publicly, and nor would it be fun or wise or even helpful. So I'm going to just check in. Did that clarify, or did it just bring up more questions? Yep. AOP saying that's exactly what happened to me when I started day one. Days of nausea and tears. It was so healing. But yeah, for a lot of people, there can be, it's a lot of stress that we're all swimming in. Okay, beautiful. So I feel excited because today, what we are going to do is that I'm going to give you a taste of how it feels to put 3 parts of the Ziva formula together. So day one, we talked about the quantum field and we did visualize. We spent a lot of time getting you clear on your goal. Day 2, we did a lot of alchemize, right? Which is clearing the channel, alchemizing the unfelt feelings. What's keeping you from being an energetic match for your dreams? And we get to move that to make more space for today. So today we get to dive into magnetize, which is essentially turning on the magnet and the generator of your body. So I just want to give you a little bit of history and context. So for thousands of years, pleasure has been seen as a purifying force, and people have actually been using it to amplify their prayers in ancient civilizations. And I feel like the more your mind understands how purposefully we have been divorced from this flavor of our divinity, the more you get to reclaim your body as a temple and your pleasure as a pathway to the divine. So again, we're about to taste the visualize, the alchemize, and the magnetize all together. And I want you to have a visceral experience in your body. And then afterwards, I'm going to explain so that your mind understands all 5 components of the formula. That in order to really get what you want, you got to access the quantum field. And when you access the unmanifest, it changes your ability to manifest. Okay, is there anything else I want to share before we start to transition into this? Let me just check. One thing I'll say is that what I love about this work and what I love about what we're offering is that no matter where you are on your spiritual journey, it's going to meet you where you are and take you to your next level. Okay. Basically, I'm going to just give you a quick visual. The formula that I found that works so powerfully in bringing your dreams into your reality, it's 5 steps. Okay, we're going to taste the inner 3 today, but know that part 1 and part 5, it's like the preparation and the integration, the thing that takes you into the unmanifest, and then the thing that makes it an everyday habit in your life. Those things require more time and require more of a containment. But today we're actually going to get to taste the inner 3, visualize, alchemize, magnetize, in our body. Okay, so I love this because it's super potent and I don't see other people teaching this. And so I want to make sure you have all of the ingredients, right? So visualize. It's an opportunity for you to merge with your future self. And then today, what we're going to do is from that visualization, I'm going to have you drop a layer deeper and tune into what is not a vibrational match. Why is it that I think this dream has not shown up? Is it my limiting belief? Is it someone else's? Is it societal? Is it internal or external? But anything that you think might be keeping you from that dream, we get to alchemize it. And this is where your inner toddler gets to come out to play. Okay. So like if there is like a brat inside of you that's just mad, like if you've been manifesting love and he's just like, where is he? That you get to just be like, ah! Or if you are manifesting more abundance and it's not here and there's a part of you that's terrified, you could actually just like tremor and tremble and shake with the fear. Or if there is a part of you that really wants planetary paradise and you're effing pissed at the state of the union and what is happening on the planet and the bifurcation and the extraction of resources, you can go into that sacred rage. All right. And the thing I want you to know is that you are safe. This is for you, especially those of you who are just joining us on your first day. Go gentle. Okay. This practice is for you. It's not for anyone else. Your body's not going to take you further than you can go, but it's okay to titrate. Okay. At any moment, you want to stop and ground. You can do this. Just give yourself a hug. We can do a butterfly hug, right squeeze, left squeeze, right squeeze, left squeeze. Find your feet on the ground, find your breath. At any moment, you need to stop and find safety in your body. Also, I want you to know that the whole Ziva team is here, and we have a lot of Ziva guides here as well. People who have been through all 3 levels of training with me, people who have been on retreats and initiations, they are here holding the field. So if you need support, let's say we could, let's do what's a good emoji? Maybe like a white heart. So if you're like, hey, I really need some support, you could put a white heart in the chat, and then we can, the team will do the best we can to check in on you. But know that this is for you. You're in charge. If at any time it gets too intense, you can always pause. Okay. So we're going to do the visualize, we're going to do the alchemize, and this is where we get to add in something new. We get to taste the magnetize. We get to start to wake up our root, our sacrum. By the way, sacrum and sacred have the same root word, right? We get to turn on, again, this magnet and generator of our body and pull the pleasure, the life force from our root, and then build it up into our hearts, and then build it all the way up into our heads. And then we're going to be doing this with breath and dance today. And there's going to be a moment of like peak pleasure where I'm going to have you hold your breath, and you're going to send all of this breath and energy through to the dream, to the thing that you're visualizing, to the thing that you're calling in. And when we start, we're going to imagine that our mycelial network that we've already created, that is creating a beautiful antenna, like a bridge between heaven and earth. And then we get to amplify our prayers together. And there's a really cool phenomenon that I'm just learning about. I didn't know about it until the New York one. There was some sports event. New York did like a big sporting thing, right? I don't, something happened. Something happened with sports. The Knicks won or something. Was that basketball? And like New York went crazy. Is that true? Yeah. Well, the Knicks. There's the World Cup happening now, but the Knicks won something. And like New York was on fire. And everyone was like dancing and singing. And they called it, it's called the collective effervescence. Isn't that such a good term? Collective effervescence. And this has actually been a scientifically proven phenomenon of collective effervescence, where the whole field gets into coherence, amplifies, and the effects of this are not short-term. They stay with you. Okay. And that's what we get to do right now, right here, with thousands of us all together, is we get to create collective effervescence. So I hear some of you shouting out, Layla. Yes, Layla is my best friend. And she was my original teacher who initiated me into this. And then what we've done is we've adapted it to make it more safe, more accessible, and then part of a bigger formula, but really shouting out Layla Martin and Regina Thomashower. So collective effervescence, that's what we're about to go into. So visualize, you guys got. Alchemize, you guys got. Magnetize. Here's what we're going to do today. We're going to start by breathing into our root. And you can either hold your root, or you can actually just go like this. We're going to do some chakra breathing. We're going to just be like, ha, 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 ha. And you're going to breathe in, and you're going to exhale while you're bringing your attention to your root. We're going to do 1 minute on the root. Then we're going to come into the heart, 1 minute on the heart, and then 1 minute on the head. And that is going to help to clear the channel. It's like it's continuing the alchemy process. And then from there, we're going to do something called the life-gasm breath. Okay. Now the life-gasm breath is going to first connect our heart and our hoo-has. And then we're going to imagine that the central column of your spine, that you could squeeze all of the cerebral spinal fluid from your root up into your third eye. And this is really cool. Inside of all of our third eyes, we have something called the marriage hall, or the hall of Brahman. And inside of the marriage hall, inside of the hall of Brahman, there is a pineal and a pituitary. and one is masculine and one is feminine. And when we do this type of breath work, we activate both the masculine and the feminine. And when we squeeze our cerebral spinal fluid, it actually releases something it's a type of melatonin, which is the precursor to DMT. Anyone heard of DMT? Just give me a thumbs up if you've ever heard of DMT, right? It's called the God particle, right? And so when I say that this stuff turns up the dial on your divinity, I do not mean that that is a euphemism. I mean that we are actually neurochemically going to release more God chemistry into our bodies. And then from that state of peak pleasure, from that state of releasing that God particle into our brains, we get to send all of that through this collective antenna and amplify our dreams, right? We are using our pleasure to pray collectively using the field of collective effervescence. Okay, bravo. So, and yes, I've definitely done this in big groups. I've done this with thousands of people in stadiums. I've done this in festivals, and we do it in a way where one, you're in charge. Two, this field is being held. Three, if you are pregnant or if you have glaucoma or if you have any sort of contraindications that would make breath work not feel safe for you. By the way, we're only going to do about 5 or 6 minutes. So it should be totally safe for everyone. But if you're pregnant, if you have glaucoma, if you have any history of severe PTSD, then I would say just be in the field and just do some gentle breathing with us. Don't do the full ecstatic breath work. And if you start to get lightheaded, you can sit down. But for most of us, 6 or 7 minutes, if you're healthy and otherwise stable in your body, this should feel activating, this should feel pleasurable, and this should feel like a delight. No, Gabor, there are other men here. So Ziva is for all genders. We welcome all genders. It's primarily women today, but we definitely have had lots of gentlemen joining us, people of all genders. Okay. Yep. Arthur's saying you are not alone. Okay. Good question. Can we do this in private or can we be in a living room with people walking around? I would say for this ceremony, it would be best for you to be in private. We're gonna be moving, dancing, breathing, sounding. So if you're in a place where you can't do it out loud, just do it in your mind. You could close your eyes and imagine doing it with us. Do it in the unseen realms. And then when you have privacy, you could do it on your own and do it full out. Also, if say you're at work or something, a way that you can alchemize without moving is you could just grab your desk and do a silent scream, like that, right? Or you could also just go into a bathroom and punch the air, or you could do a silent kick of the air. And I'm gonna give you a few moves you can do right now. We covered this on Alchemize, but just in case some of you are new, I'm gonna give you a few moves you can do so that when we're inside, I don't have to talk so much. So when we get into the Alchemize portion, right? You can shake. You can do this with me just to warm up if you want. You can shake your shoulders. You can stomp like a little toddler. You can punch the air. You can kick the air. You could get all the way on the ground. And you could just beat the floor. This is where any part of you, the little kid that has been told not to feel, to shush, don't cry, have a bottle, this is where they get to come out to play. And I want you to treat it like you're on a playground, okay? We don't have to take it so seriously, but we're on a playground and we get to go on the slide of sorrow or the swing of rage or the sandbox of fear. And we get to just feel it. And then what's wild, what you're gonna notice is that at some point in the expression of the feeling, you might find a little piece of pleasure. You might find a little piece of you that actually feels good in the expression of the feeling, right? This is an important nuance, but it's game changing. How many of you have ever cried so hard it felt good? Just raise your hand, give me a yes in the comments. How many of you have ever gotten so mad that you just got incandescent, white, hot, and it actually felt good? Okay, so here's the news, you guys. There's more room on the outside than there is inside of our bodies. And every time you swallow your tears, every time you don't speak your truth, every time you people please, every time you don't feel the feeling all the way through, that gets stored in your cellular memory and it keeps you from being a match for your dream. And did you know that I'm going to mess up these stats, but it's something wild, 80% of women are dealing with autoimmune issues. And that is when the body starts attacking itself because we've not had safe places to express this. And I know it shows up for men as well, right? Like men, usually in our Western society, it's like they're not allowed to feel sadness or sorrow or cry or feel their heart open. And then for a lot of women, there's no archetype for sacred rage. And so that's why I want you to just treat this like a playground today. You have a few minutes with love and safety and encouragement and a great playlist to just let it rip, to just let these feelings be felt, because here's what I found is that the feelings are meant for feeling. And when you feel what is real, it can heal. Right. And then from that place of that clear channel, from that place of finding the pleasure in the expression, we're going to amplify that pleasure. We're going to amplify that life force. It's what I call creation energy. And again, it is the most magnetic and creative force on the planet. And we're going to spiral it up from our root, up through our heart, up through our head. And then we're going to create a collective antenna. And we're going to send all of this pleasure and energy to our dreams. And we're going to amplify them together. How's that sound? Sound good? You guys in? Just give me a yes if you're excited. And any questions coming up, anything from the team that I should know, anything that feels like people need support with before we dive in. People are like, I can't believe I'm here right now. Yes, sounds amazing. I'm so ready. So friendly reminder, you're in charge. It's your body. This is for you. If something doesn't feel good, stop, take a breath, find your feet, find safety in your body. Going again on the grounding exercise is something you can do if it starts to feel overwhelming. Give yourself a hug, find your inner child. Let's do this together. Even right now, we called in our inner child. We're going to invite him back. Hi, little one. Hi, little Emily. Hi, little Brianna. Hi, little Talia. Hi, little Summer. Hi, little Lynn. I love you. And just really feel them as if they're like sitting in your lap. And that inner child, likely the first time they ever experienced big emotions, it didn't feel safe. Okay, so I want you to let them know right now that they are safe and this is safe and that you've got them, and that actually me expressing my feelings, you expressing your feelings, everyone on the Zoom expressing their feelings, this is making them more safe. That when they release this in a way that is by design, that they're making themselves more safe. Okay. And then right now, just tuning into where in your body you feel the most safe, where in your room you feel the most held. Is it your couch, your floor, your bed? And just knowing that this is for you. And then we've got the team. We've got Phoebe here, who's one of our Ziva guides and a trauma-informed therapist. So you are so held, so safe. Amazing. Bravo. So letting your eyes stay closed, or closing them if you haven't. Reactivating that prayer field. Feeling your groundedness all the way down into the earth. Feeling your connection to the celestial realm. Feeling all of your support in the seen and the unseen realms. Your inner child, your inner elder on either side, and then just tuning in. Getting curious, asking yourself the question, what would I love? If I had a magic wand and I could wave it over my life, my body, my relationship, my bank account, the planet. If I had a magic wand, what would I love? If I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that I was supported and that this dream is dreaming me, if I knew that I could not fail, if I knew that I've already won and that I just get to have a good time, what would I love? What would I love? And the vision might have changed since day one. Might have gotten bigger. Some of you have already called in a dream. Why did your soul come here? You fast forward into your timeline and you are living your dream life in your dream home with your dream partner, in your dream job, in your dream body. What does that look like? And imagine waking up on a random Tuesday morning and opening your eyes and feeling so outrageously in love with your life. Being like, wait, is this real life or am I still dreaming? Falling even more in love with yourself, with your partner, with your view, with your home. But the first thing that you spontaneously say is thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me savor this. Let me not miss this moment. Thank you. Feeling all of the divine guidance that has brought you here. And allowing yourself to really luxuriate and enjoy all of the sights, the most beautiful thing that you can detect about this dream. Noticing the sounds, birds, applause, silence, laughter. Taste the smells. Most importantly, letting yourself feel in every cell of your body this dream already done. The confidence, the gratitude, the generosity, the power in knowing that you have become the person who is a match for this dream. Feeling the old versions of you shedding away, feeling the divinity in you filling up every cell of your body. And feeling all of the support that you have in the seen and the unseen realms. Imprinting a snapshot of this five senses reality, taking one slide out of the movie of your dream. And knowing that this or something better is already on the way to you. Or you wouldn't even want it. Feeling what it feels like in your body to have this dream already done. Hearing the sounds, seeing the most beautiful part of your dream. The taste, the smells, and then imprinting the five senses reality of this dream in your body right here, right now. And we're going to come back to this in a little bit. Feeling that dream already done in your body, imprinting it in your heart, in your mind, in your hoo-ha. And I'm going to invite you to be even braver, to go a layer deeper, and to get curious. Why is it that this dream has not shown up yet? What is it that's keeping me from being a match for this dream? Is it internal? Is it external? But allowing your heart to open, knowing that you are safe, trusting that ultimately it is on the way, and right now we get to be curious. We get to excavate. We get to alchemize. So with no judgment, no shame, just presence and curiosity, scanning your body, your mind, your habits, your calendar, your addictions, your limiting beliefs, your traumas, your stories, your excuses, getting really curious, so honest. What is it that is keeping me from being an energetic match for this dream? So much kindness, as if you are your angel self, You are your future self. Like you would never shame a 2-year-old for not being able to eat with perfect table manners. But you would invite them to get the food inside their mouth. So right now, with all of the grace of your future angelic self, looking at your current self and where could you use some support in getting the food in your mouth? Where are you leaking your energy? Where have you allowed your past to determine your future? Where have you given your power away? Where have you given up on your dream? Did someone tell you were too old, too ugly, too white, too black, too gay, too straight, too fat, too skinny, too whatever? What codes did you inherit from your mother, from your father, from your maternal line, from your paternal line? And again, with no blame, no shame, no right, no wrong, just acceptance of the truth. What is it that is keeping you from being a match for your dream? Can you bravely surface it, presence it, witness it? And let it be moved together in safety and community. Really good. And could we turn up the volume even more? Perhaps you face now the internal, and is there something external? Does it feel like maybe my dream doesn't even matter because of climate change? What doesn't even matter what happens in my industry because of AI? It doesn't even matter what I do politically because of the powers that be. It doesn't even matter what I earn because of currency, like whatever external societal stories you have let yourself believe. Can you bring them up to be witnessed and moved and alchemized right here, right now? Really good. Staying in the ceremony, staying in the medicine, staying in the presence. I'm going to invite you to stay with this feeling, with this block, with this thing that's keeping you from your dream, but ever so gently start to open your eyes. Taking a big inhale overhead, breathing in space into your body, exhaling on the sound of ah, the sound of God. Ah. Another big inhale, opening up your heart. Exhaling again on an ah, letting that stuck energy be expressed like sound. Even the sound is alchemical. Rolling your shoulders back, and in your own time, you can start to stand up. Finding, getting curious where in your body these limiting beliefs, these excuses, these addictions might feel stuck, and just tuning into your body where you feel dense or thick or heavy or stuck. Breathing some life, breathing some love, bringing some fluidity into your body. Maybe even taking it and just balling your fists up like this, like squeezing your fist, taking this thing that's keeping you from your dream and seeing if you could just like push up against it, resist it. Yeah, push up against it, make it real, make it physical, take it up out of your body so that we get to dance with it. Yeah, so good, so beautiful, so brave. And now I'm gonna change this music and we're gonna start to just warm up. We're gonna start to shake, we're gonna start to stomp, and I really invite you to bring your inner child out to play and your inner ancestor out to play. So if there was something that could be transmuted right here, right now, with all of these people, what would you like to alchemize? Start to find your feet. Starting to stomp. Starting to shake. Starting to sound if you have space to sound. Yes, so good. So brave, so beautiful.
Can we pump up the volume a little bit, Emily?
Yeah, we're gonna bring the volume up. You guys are doing so good. I'm gonna turn it all the way up. Yeah. Finding that inner ancestor, that piece of you that is pissed that this dream is not here yet, and let it be a tantrum, letting this inner toddler get to express. And this is for you. You can adapt it how you want, but I invite you to play full out. If there's a pillow around that you want to punch, you can start to punch it. Remember that what you feel, when you feel what is real, you can heal it. Yes, so beautiful. Letting it get primal and ancient and raw. And if you want to get on the ground and punch the ground or stomp your feet or whine or wail. And for every single time someone's told you to smile, not to cry, to shush, for every unexpressed truth, for every time you suck down your tears, letting it come out on sound. Yes. So brave, so beautiful. Let's go. If this is your 6, what does your 10 look like? What's safe for you? Don't let it look good. Let it be wild and raw and yours. You can try pushing up against a wall. Yes, so good, so beautiful. One hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Big deep breath in. Exhaling on a cathartic. So good. What did that feel like? Doris says she's crying now, right on cue. Yep, your tears are welcome. If you're feeling numb, that is welcome. If you're feeling an overwhelming amount of rage, that is welcome. Whatever is, let it be your portal. You're doing so good. Yep, gotta saying I have space in my heart. I laughed and I cried. I need to cry. I have so much to release. Yes, I have so much rage. My heart is racing. So again, this is for you, okay? Find your feet, find your safety, find your inner child. We're going to do 1 more minute of this rage, and then we're going to transition because usually this rage is protecting a younger, more vulnerable part of us, right? A younger, more innocent part that's scared and sad. So we're just going to do 30 seconds, and I'm going to transition directly into the sorrow. Here we go. Stand on up. You're doing so great. Yes, the relief is welcome. The tears are welcome. The rage is welcome. If you can sound with it, please do. Big breath in. This song is called Kali. So finding that beautiful, divine, feminine destructress. The version of you that wants to destroy that which is no longer relevant. If you were 5 years old and mad that your mom took your toy away, what would you do? There's something you've been manifesting and it hasn't shown up yet. Can you be with the truth of the rage that it's not here? Yes. Anything that's left? Is there anything else that wants to be expressed? Do you want to punch, yell, stomp? Anything else your inner toddler wants to say? So good. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, finding that safety, doing a butterfly hug, I am safe. It is safe to feel. This is for me. This is my body. I will take my body only as far as it is ready to go, finding that safety inside of your nervous system, finding that safety inside of your room. Really, really good. And now again, usually this protector is protecting a little bit younger, more vulnerable part. And some of you are already having some tears that want to be expressed. So if there's sorrow underneath this rage, we're going to let it start to come up. And sometimes the sorrow wants to make us still. Okay, so I'm going to invite you to sway, to moan, to roll, to push up against a wall, to fake cry, fake it until you make it, if that's helpful. But just let yourself move. So beautiful.
Watching you go.
Holding that inner child. Maybe it's your inner infant. Maybe it's your inner 3-year-old.
To love someone so much, to have no control. You said I wanna
Maybe
see
even
the
tuning
world.
into if there's an animal or a howl that wants to happen.
But I think I'm lost without you.
Letting your own tears start to flow, crying on behalf of the planet, of every child who has lost a parent, every parent who has lost a child, crying for those who cannot.
I've been strong for so
And if you're feeling numb, that is welcome too, using your breath and your sound.
much I needed you. I think I'm lost without
Swaying, sounding, anything but still. Letting your spine be fluid. Seeing if you can find a little kernel of pleasure in the expression of what is real.
a safe haven that I've known.
Breathing all the way down into your heart, letting your heart open.
I can't breathe.
Yes, 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 Jeannie. Yes, Martha. Yes, Agatha.
Pain inside me. My world
We're just going to tune into a different song just to see if this different music feels like different medicine. You cannot get this right. You cannot get this wrong. Letting yourself be true to you using your breath, your movement, and your sound. Ooh.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
The dreams that have not come true. The relationships that have
I'll be
ended.
the one if you want me to.
The unseen cages that you're still trapped in.
Anywhere I
Honoring your inner
follow
child.
you.
Honoring your body. Finding your edge.
Say something, I'm giving up on
Breathing
you.
all the way down into your root.
And
Ah.
I am feeling so small.
Mm.
It was over my head.
Letting it flow like water.
I know nothing
Letting your body
at
move
all.
like water. Letting the emotions move like water. Anything that's been stuck or
And
stagnant,
I
it is safe to feel.
will
It is safe
stumble
to
and
move.
fall.
And if you're numb, that is welcome as
I'm
well.
still learning to love. Just starting to
And
grow.
noticing as your body's moving, is there any piece of you that actually feels relief? It feels like, thank God I don't have to hold this in anymore. Thank God I get to do this with people who love me. Thank God I get to do this with music. And just finding
Sorry that I couldn't get to you.
if there's any kernel of pleasure in the expression.
Anywhere I would have followed you.
So good. And taking your hands back to your hug, to your butterfly hug, holding your inner child again. Squeezing your right side and your left side, tuning into your inner child. I love you. I got you. I'm holding you. You're safe. It's actually safe to feel. It was the dysregulated adults that made us afraid of it. But right now, I'm making it more safe for us. Really, really good. I'm just checking in. How's your body feeling now? If you're able to type, just let me know in the chat. What's alive for you? What's real for you right now? And if you're at home, if you can't type, just say it out loud. Let your body know that you're listening. How are you feeling? Do you feel alive, sad, numb, tired, excited, grateful? What is real for you? Yeah, more connected to myself. The tension in my chest has gone. Deep sorrow, at peace, tearful, hopeful, light, crying, grief, freeing. And did anyone find even a tiny bit of like, oh, thank God it's out, or like, thank God it gets to move, like a little bit of pleasure in the expression? Okay, beautiful. So now we're going to just turn up the dial. We're going to imagine there's a little ember right in the center of you, and we get to blow on that ember of pleasure, and we get to turn it into a little flame and then a little fire. So I'm going to put on a song, and if there's rage left inside of you, you can rage. If there's sorrow left inside of you, you can cry. And if it starts to feel a little good and you're starting to have a little bit of pleasure, you can start to breathe into that pleasure. Okay, it's like a sexy grab bag. And we're going to have a little fun. So if your rage is here, get it. If your sorrow is here, get it. If you're starting to feel a little sexy with this,
I'm bringing sexy back.
So again, letting it be raw and wild and yours. And know that resistance and numbness is very normal. We've been trained our whole lives not to feel. So just being so gentle with yourself and seeing what happens if you play full out. Honoring your body, honoring your feelings. If you want to punch, punch. If you want to cry, cry. Yes. Sometimes, Stanislavski said, sometimes I punch because I'm angry. Sometimes I'm angry because I punch. So see what happens if you let yourself go through the motions. See what happens when you let yourself be taken by the music and by the field. Here we go. Yes, yes, so beautiful. And bringing your hands into a hug, starting to do a butterfly hug again, finding safety. Not only is it safe to feel, but it's also safe to feel good. Remembering that there's been thousands and thousands of years of conditioning trying to move us away from our pleasure. Also, right on cue, my lawn folks are here. So can you hear my lawnmower outside? Okay, thank God. Oh, Goddess is funny. So just finding that safety in your body. And who felt like a little bit of a fire, a little bit of pleasure in that song where you're just like, ooh, you know what? This actually is kind of fun to just let it rip. Yep, feeling sexy. Yes. Oh, yeah. Feeling anger and pleasure. Yep. If I wasn't in a Zoom room with thousands of people, I might say something like, what if you were to, or rage? What if you were to, your sorrow? Just, I might say something like that. Oh, someone said they felt like a head priestess. I felt empowered. I felt joy and anger. Yes. So witnessing all of these beautiful, beautiful things. Holly's saying the sexy lawn guys are here too. That's right. They got magnetized by our field. They got magnetized by our prayers. Okay. So we're going to do one more dance just to like see what it feels like to get real gooey and just notice like how good can we feel in our bodies. And then we're going to do the breath work. So just slowing it all down. Letting your breath deepen, letting your throat open, and starting to just caress your body. Noticing where in your body would love to be touched. Maybe your ears, your neck, your lips. Letting your spine get really fluid. Breathing all the way down into your hoo-ha. And by the way, if you're new here, a hoo-ha, everyone has one. It's your root and the energy center around it. So brave, so beautiful. Finding the innocence in your body, finding the innocence in your joy, finding the innocence in your pleasure. Letting your body start to feel like water, feeling spirit pouring down your throat. Asking your body, what do you need? What would you love? There's so much intelligence inside of your body. There's so much ancient wisdom in your body. Listening, breathing, feeling. So good. Bringing your hands back into that butterfly hug. I'm giving you guys so many gold stars and A pluses. I'm so impressed and inspired. Bravo. How was that for you? Was that anyone's first time sexy dancing on a Zoom with thousands of people? Bravo. Megan said she just got an epiphany. Thank you. Danielle, that was her first time. Spicy, the courage. Ooh, visualizing caramel. My son just discovered caramel. Not happy about that. Okay, so here's what we're about to do. I'm gonna put on a song and we're gonna do some chakra breathing. We're gonna do 1 minute of breathing into our roots, into our hoo-has. And then we're gonna do 1 minute breathing into our heads and 1 minute breathing into, hoo-ha, heart, head. And then I'm gonna do a new song and we're gonna connect our hearts and our hoo-has. Don't worry, you don't have to remember any of this. Just think about it like dancing, like choreography. We're doing breathography right now. By the way, welcome to Priestess the Musical. This is the Emily Fletcher Show, Priestess the Musical, okay? Then we're gonna breathe, we're gonna connect our hearts and our hoo-has, and then we're gonna do the life-gasm breath. I'm gonna show it to you once, and then we're gonna do it together. Big inhale into your heart. Exhaling all the way to empty. Ha. Opening up your root as you exhale, like your root is a lotus flower, and then squeezing your root and inhaling and squeezing all of your life force energy up through your root, up through your heart, up through your throat, up into your third eye, into that hall of Brahman, finding, you don't have to find it, but just imagining the pineal and the pituitary, the masculine and the feminine, right in the center of your brain, taking another sip of air and squeezing your root, another sip of air, squeezing your root. And on the count of 3, we're going to exhale and you're going to imagine your entire body flooding with bliss chemistry on 3, 2, 1. As if your brain could actually just like explode bliss and ecstasy into every single cell in your body. And when we do this in a moment, we're going to release, and I'm going to tell you, and we're going to send it up to our collective antenna. Okay. The antenna that we've been building over this whole 8 days together. Okay. Anyone having, oh my gosh, there's deer, there's burping, it's all happening. Stress is leaving the body. Yes, our bodies hold the secret to pleasure. Okay, here we go. Any questions about the breath? You guys got it. You're professionals. I love this song so much. Also, the long guys left. Okay. So if you feel lightheaded, you can sit down. If you have any contraindications, just breathe slowly in and out through your nose. If you want, we're going to do this about 6 to 8 minutes. So if you can and you're healthy, let's play full out. We're going to work with our own breath, our own energy. Here we go. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. Imagine breathing in and out of your root, in and out of your hoo-ha. Inhaling and exhaling. And for extra credit, you can squeeze your hoo-ha as you exhale. You're doing great. It's just breathing in and out and bringing your awareness to your root. You're doing so good. And starting to incorporate sound, exhaling on a ha as you exhale. Squeezing your root as you exhale. You're doing so good. Waking up the magnet and the generator of your body. Ha, ha, ha. Feeling the grounding, feeling the power, feeling the pleasure. Really good. And now we're going to move it up into our hearts. Ha, 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 ha. Opening up your heart with each inhale, receiving love with each exhale. Again, for extra credit, you can squeeze your hoo-ha as you exhale. You're doing so good. Ha, 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 ha. With each breath, you're becoming more of a magnet, more of an energetic match for your dream. Really good. And now bringing it up to your head. Ha, ha, ha. Opening up your crown, imagining opening up your channel, opening up your divine guidance with every breath. Keep going, keep breathing. It's called breath work. Breathing into your crown. So good, so brave. Just a few more seconds. Sounding on the exhale, squeezing your root on the exhale. And a big inhale in. Exhaling, placing one hand on your head and one hand on your belly. Connecting your head and your hoo-ha. Feeling an infinity loop between your head, your heart, and your hoo-ha. Letting the breath slow down, grounding your body, and feeling the connection between your head, your heart, and your hoo-ha, your vision, your emotion, and your magnetism. So good, so brave, so beautiful. Just checking in, letting your body know that you're safe. Giving yourself permission to be fully present in this experience, fully present, following my vocal guidance. And we're going to move into a hoo-ha breath. So you're going to breathe in through your heart and out through your root, in through your heart, out through the root. And then a few times we're going to do that lifegasm breath where we're going to squeeze the whole cerebral spinal fluid like a tube of toothpaste, sending all of the energy from our root up into our third eye. And at the moment of peak pleasure, we're going to come back to that five senses reality. Do you remember that snapshot that we took of your dream? Well, at the moment of peak pleasure, we're going to send all of this pleasure, all of this energy, all of this breath through the antenna to our dreams together, creating that collective effervescence. Here we go. You're doing so great. Big breath into your heart. Exhaling on an ah. breathing in through your heart, out through your root. In through your heart, out through your root. In through your heart, out through your root. Ah. 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 Good. In, out. Breathing in through your heart, breathing out through your root. Ah. Breathing in and squeezing, out and release. In and squeezing, out and release. In and squeeze, out, release. Ah. Ah. Letting it be fun. Letting it be pleasurable. It's just breathing. It's just music. We can't get it right. We can't get it wrong. It's just pleasure. We might as well have a good time. Ah. If you're feeling even a little lightheaded, you can sit down. In, out. In, out. In, out. Breathing in through your heart, out through your hoo-ha. Connecting your feelings and your magnet. Out. In, out. In, out. Breathing in through your heart, out through your root. In through your heart, out through your root. Making sound as you exhale. Ha. Ha. Good. In, out. Yes. In, out. Let your body move and release as it knows to. Your body's so brilliant. In, out. So good. In, out. Connecting your heart and your root. In, out. Out. Yes. In, out. Finding the pleasure in the expansion. Finding the pleasure in the release. And a big inhale into your heart. Exhaling all the way to empty. And at the bottom of this exhale, letting your root open like a lotus flower. And then squeezing your root and taking a long, slow inhale through your belly, through your throat, up into your third eye. Taking another sip of air and squeezing your root. One more sip of air and squeezing your root. Imagine your whole spine as a tube of toothpaste, taking this pleasure, this energy from your hoo-ha all the way up into your brain, finding the masculine and feminine on the count of 3, letting your whole body flood with bliss. In 3, 2, 1. So good, so brave, holding at the bottom of this exhale. Holding with your whole body empty like a chalice. Opening to receive your dreams, filling yourself up more with your own divinity. So good. Exhaling a little bit more. Really good. And we're gonna do one more round. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. Squeezing and releasing, squeezing as you inhale and releasing as you exhale, making sound on the exhale. You're doing so good. Letting it feel good, bringing more pleasure, more life force into your body with every breath. Seeing if your body wants to dance a little bit with your breath. So good. We're gonna do one more breath in just a moment. Big inhale. Exhaling all the way to empty, letting your whole body empty out like a chalice. Opening your root as you exhale. And then squeezing your root. Starting to inhale. Bringing this life force energy from your root, through your belly, through your heart, through your throat, up into your third eye. You can close your eyes and taking your eyes in and up to the center, taking another sip of air and squeezing your root. Imagine bringing all of your pleasure, all of your energy right up into your third eye, right up into your vision. Coming back to your five senses reality. That snapshot of your dream, the thing you've been visualizing this whole time, bringing that in, all five senses. What is it that you would love? Feeling it, seeing it, tasting it, smelling it. And on the count of 3, we're gonna exhale. And you're gonna imagine your whole body flooding with bliss. In 3, 2, 1. Imagining a giant antenna in the center of all of us. Letting your body flood with bliss, flood with pleasure, holding at the bottom of this exhale. Letting your breath flow all the way out, letting your body be a chalice. Letting your body saturate with bliss, magnetism, all of the energetics you need to be a match for your dream. Holding at the bottom of this exhale. And in a moment, we're gonna inhale and we're gonna dance as if all of our dreams have just come true. Feeling this five senses reality already done. And inhaling in 3, 2, 1. Big inhale, so good, so beautiful. And now we get to dance. Feeling how much joy, how much bliss, how much aliveness you just made in your body. Yes. Letting it all go. Taking out anything that feels stuck and just dancing like you're a little kid. Like you just got the lead in your high school play. The cutest boy in school just asked you out. You got an A+ on your exam. Your wildest dream just came true. Feeling your body as an antenna. Letting your body be a bridge to bring the frequency of heaven to earth. Can we put it on gallery view so we can dance with everyone together? Really tuning in to the thing you are calling in, your love, your career, the abundance, the person. I want you to feel that dream already done and dancing as if you're celebrating with your best friend. Letting it be silly and fun and pleasurable. Yes! And what if the harder you dance, the more you play full out right now, the faster this dream comes? Just as an experiment, let's see what happens. Imagine us all in a stadium together dancing around a beautiful laser beam, an antenna amplifying all of our prayers. Yes. One hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Big, deep breath in. Exhaling on the sound of ah, the sound of God. Ah. Trusting that this or something better is already done. Really good. And now coming back to your beautiful vision, closing the eyes and feeling this dream unfolding all around you. From this space, with this much openness, from this frequency in your body, tuning into your dream, noticing how much closer it feels. Giving yourself full permission to be exactly where you are. feel exactly what you are feeling: alive, open, raw, magnetic, excited. But allowing yourself to merge with future you right here, right now, from this frequency, with this pleasure, rewiring your neuropeptide connections so that this dream feels so safe in your body. So that when it comes, because it is on its way, you get to greet it like a long lost lover. Traveling in time to the moment where you have met your love, gotten the job, you're in your home, whatever your dream is, I want you to submerge yourself all the way into that reality right here, right now. Noticing the sights. It's the most beautiful thing you can detect. What are the sounds that you notice now? What are the tastes? What are the smells? And most importantly, what does this dream feel like in your body right now? Merging with you and future you. Tuning into the precise moment where you know your dreams have become manifest. Your pop the champagne moment. Live it right now, because it's never about the thing, it's always about the feeling we think the thing will bring. So give yourself the gift of that feeling right now. Breathing it into every cell of your body. Letting it be as real as possible, as pleasurable as possible. Feeling all of your support in the seen and the unseen realms, letting your angels support you, asking for their help right now. What guidance, what community, what resources would help you make this dream a reality. Let it be big and bright and beautiful and safe. I'm getting curious. What action did you take? What belief did you alchemize? Who did you become to magnetize this dream? Feeling it done now. Feeling all of the support you have in the seen and the unseen realms. If there's any clarity, guidance, or support you need, asking for it right now. While the channel is open. So beautiful. And letting yourself luxuriate in this dream, finding your way to a seat. But don't just sit down as the person who started this. Sit down as the person whose wildest dream has just come true. Staying in that dream, making it as big and bright and beautiful as you possibly can. And getting so curious. As you merge, you and future you. As you tune in to the version of you that is already an energetic match for this dream. Imagine you could turn over your shoulder. So if you found your way to a seat, go ahead and close your eyes again. Finding safety in your body, finding groundedness in your body. And as you find this version of you, it's already manifested your dream. Imagining they could turn over their shoulder and look you in the eye. They're living that moment with their spouse in the house, with the dream job, whatever it is, whatever feeling it is. And just asking them, what action did you take? And in this moment, this future version of you, your meditation and manifesting coach comes and gives you a massive high five. We call her Cosmic Emily. And she's like, wow, you did it. What did you do to get here? And from this version of future you, we're at the top of this mountain. You can see the path. You can see all of the steps, the limiting beliefs that you shed, the feelings that you alchemized, things you were avoiding or procrastinating. How did you do it? How much fun did you have along the way? How much pleasure did you pour over your path? Taking one more moment to just savor this memory, really imprinting all 5 senses of it in your body. Noticing what catapulted you here, what had to be left behind because it was no longer serving you, that there was no room for it at this frequency. What was it that was holding you back? What did you let go that made you feel lighter? It gave you back your power. What allowed you to be this light, this happy, this present, this effective, this magnetic? And where do you feel the most pleasure in your body? Noticing how safe it feels in your body to have this dream right now, and that it chose you. Remembering that your dream is divinely inspired and that this or something better is already on its way to you. Imprinting this in your cells, burning it in, because all you need to do right now is decide that you are worthy. I am worthy. And as my son says, if you already know that you're going to win, you may as well have some fun. So with all of that joy, all of that presence, ever so gently floating your eyes open, and giving yourself an enormous high five. That was a big, bold, brave, beautiful journey. High five, high five, high five. How was that for you? I'd love to know in the comments what came up. How was it to visit your dream at the end versus the beginning? How did it feel to move the emotions? How did it feel to start to touch the pleasure of magnetize? Someone says, I'm the maker of magic because I am magic. Sandra's saying, holy shit, yes, so effing awesome, emotional, beautiful. My hands got warm. This dream is mine. This dream is done. All I need to do is keep having fun. Tears of gratitude. I wanted to cry more. Great. There's no end date. Like you can just keep crying. I'm so excited and in awe. Circles of love and light. It was emotional. Empowering, probably the most powerful breathwork session I've ever done, all caps. Yes, beautiful. I want to just say, like, from the bottom of my heart, like, thank you for your bravery. Thank you for playing full out. I know that some of you are new. Some of you might be just showing up today for the first time. This was not a small ceremony, okay? With this celestial realm, with this many people, with this depth of transmission. Bravo, bravo, bravo. So, just want to say I love my job. I love my life. Thank you for making this possible. Isn't it wild that what we just did is we just got to taste 3 parts of the 5-part formula. Isn't there wild that there could actually be more? Isn't it wild that we could feel even safer and feel even more pleasure and be even more integrated? So I want to know in the comments, let me know, like, what became clear for you when you tune into the future you, the version of you that made a choice, that took action. What shifted for you? Let me know in the comments, like, which future are you going to step into today? Like, what act of faith could you take today? So I find that with manifesting, like what we just did is visualize, alchemize, magnetize, right? We got clear on the dream. We danced and we shook and we expressed anything that might have been keeping us from being a match, anything that might have been making our signal discoherent to the quantum field. And then we started to play, we started to touch with the magnetize, the pleasure, and we started to amplify and pour our pleasure over our dream. Because remember that the better we feel, the more magic we attract, right? The better we feel, the more magic we attract. And so what I find is there's actually two things that make the dream inevitable. There's two things that make this thing feel already done, and we haven't even done those yet. And it's really accessing the unmanifest. It's getting the tools to transcend your identity, to transcend your ego, to let your individuality de-excite to where it connects with totality, to where the wave remembers that it is the ocean, the human remembers that it is God, right? And then the other thing that makes the dream inevitable is the integration. After we do big ceremonies like this, it's making sure that we integrate it into our body, that it doesn't just become like a fever dream, and then we get to make it a regular practice. Also, I want to just take a moment to celebrate how much magic we have made all together today in this ceremony, but also in just 8 days, right? We've like opened up this 8-day ceremonial container. And in just these 3 sessions, like look at how much has happened already. So just let me know. I'd love to know in the chat, like I'm just going to check in with what people are sharing about how things change for them. 1 second. Here we go. Yep. Feeling abundance. Can you repeat the 5-part formula? I can't because I haven't said it yet, but I'm about to. Thank you for that. More color and contrast has always led to my path. I am deserving of all that I want, and it's okay to believe in something way bigger than me. Amen. Ooh, yes. Liz says she already put ecstatic dance sessions into her calendar. Yes. Bravo. Way to take action. How often can this be done? Mickey will talk about that today. My heart was feeling wrapped in huge, loving hands. I trust everything already is. I feel that my dream is so big. Love my necklace. Thank you. I designed it. I got a text at 2:22 from someone I met at a dance class inviting me to another one. Yes, yes, yes. Bravo. Okay. I mean, it's going so fast, but I just want to take a moment to acknowledge like how much magic we've already made together. And it's only been 8 days, right? And it's only been 3 sessions. It's wild. So who would love to feel like this every day? Who would love to actually have this many amazing people who believe in magic coming together and going into ceremony? Who would love to be able to meditate every day, even twice a day? Okay, so I'm about to share the formula that I use every day, again and again. Every time my dreams get bigger, I find that my fear gets bigger too. Anyone find that like the second you have a big dream, it's like, oh, who am I to do that? Who am I to want that? Okay, so I have to use these same tools. You guys, this week has pushed me to my max. We've had, I think, 33,000 people sign up. We had 11,000 people show up last Thursday. I've never had 11,000 people inside of one ceremony. Tuesday, you guys were so patient with us, but the tech was a little wonky and like Mercury was retrograding and there was like fires and it was really intense, thick energy. And I was crying afterwards and I just let myself cry and I used the alchemize. And then I got really clear on how I wanted every single one of you to feel by the end of today's session. So I just want to say that like, this is not an up and to the right, that we just keep spiraling around, that the bigger our dreams get, the bigger the fear gets. And doesn't mean you're failing. You just come back to the tools, right? So I've been obsessed for now 20 years trying to figure out exactly what formula works. Why is it that these specific ingredients make such a powerful and effective formula? And y'all know my story. I was struggling with insomnia for 18 months. I couldn't sleep through the night. I had stress, self-doubt, and fear for so long. And I finally found another way. I was initiated into a system that changed all of that. And I want to keep bringing things to you guys that have worked for me, right? Like my podcast is called Why Isn't Everyone Doing This? This is my nature. When I find tools that work, I'm like, burr, 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 burr. And then when they work for my clients, I want to bring them to more people. So I want to keep helping you bring your version of heaven to earth, right? Whether that's creating a family or a business or a movement or simply enjoying being in your beautiful body for the limited time that we have left in these bodies, right? That's what I do at every stage of growth. I realize I have a decision point. I'm like, I can choose fear right now, or I can choose bliss. And not every time but most times I choose bliss, right? And I find that these choice moments in our life, the big challenges, the big up levels, the pain, they are blessings because the pain is saying, hey, pay attention, right? This is where your next breakthrough is. This is what's been holding you back. And the fear only wins when you listen. I'm going to say that again. The fear only wins when you listen to it, when you let it be the boss, when you let it drive. Right? Fear is a form of stress. And when you have the tools to eradicate stress from your nervous system at the root, it becomes a lot easier to not let fear take the wheel. And I think that's a big reason why I'm here doing this today. And it's a wild honor for me to share these experiences and these tools with you guys. And I would say that this spiritual path is not a joke, right? This is not for everyone. It's like you say you want to bring the frequency of heaven to earth. Well, guess what? Nature's going to highlight every single place that you are not vibrating at the frequency of heaven, right? Nature's going to show you all the places where you've trapped yourself in your own little hell. And then as those pieces of hell start to fall away, they don't come back, right? We don't evolve backwards. There's no going back. Forward is the way. And every single step we take forward, we get to see what new thing gets to be let go of, right? I think this is why manifesting is such a wildly advanced spiritual practice, because not only are your desires uniquely yours, but so are your limiting beliefs. So are your fears, so are your traumas, so are your triggers. So it's like a double whammy of very specialized curriculum for exactly what your soul incarnated to learn. To me, manifesting is not about a Ferrari and a house and $10 million. I mean, the material stuff is fine. It's great. Money's great. All of it's great. But it's not the key to happiness. You know that. Your bliss lives inside of you, and it lives in one time, and that's right here, right now. But I believe that the desires exist because it's nature's syllabus. It's nature telling us where she would like to use us to go and deliver our fulfillment to the world. And that's what's happened for me. This meditation style has allowed me to fill myself up from the source with fulfillment and then use my desires as a GPS. Where would you like to use me today? Where would you like me to go and deliver my fulfillment to the world? And to no longer be under the illusion of the I'll be happy when syndrome, that somehow I am going to be happy once I have a boyfriend, or once I have a different car, or once I have a new zero in my bank account, because we've been there and it doesn't work. I work with some of the wealthiest people on the planet, and some of them are happy and some of them aren't. So it's not about the zeros. And yes, our needs need to be met. Yes, our basic needs need to be covered. I am not I'm not invalidating the importance of being safe and our needs being met. What I am saying that after a certain number, money does not determine our happiness. Our access to the quantum realm does. So every single day that you alchemize, you become more of a match for your dreams. So basically, thank you for saying yes to this work. Thank you for saying yes to the spiritual path. Thank you for being with me on this journey, and for saying yes to why your soul came here to earth. So if I've been able to help you this week over these 8 days, my ask is that you pay this forward, that you light up every room that you walk into, that you live full out, that you shine your unique magic. Because that's the point, right? The ripple effect, that each of us is here walking each other home. And my Dharma, what I love doing, is helping you to embody the frequency of heaven on earth so that you can be a living example and permission slip for other people. So I feel like we've made a lot of progress, right? I've seen things shift in the group. I've seen things shifting in the comments. And I know there's been some breakthroughs. I know there's been clouds that have been lifted, clarity that has emerged, confidence and pleasure, knowingness that is coming through. So I would just want to continue to celebrate these successes, right? As my friend Dallas Travers says, she said, we can't build on top of success we don't acknowledge. So again, if you haven't yet shared in the chat, I want to invite you to do that now. Like, what has shifted for you? What have you alchemized? How has your dream changed? And you might even want to go to your workbook from day one and look at your dream and see if it's shifted. So fun. Are you guys checking this out? It's so fun to see. Yeah, it's more crystal clear and it's right there. I have certainty. I have bigger dreams. I dance for the first time in years. I see a path. I've alchemized not being worthy. My negative self-talk has shifted. I have affirmations. I've alchemized self-doubt. True receptivity. Y'all, who here has an issue with receptivity? Anyone here? I have a lot of solar energy. I'm really good at giving. I'm really good at taking care of other people. And I would say I was about today years old. I was about 47. Like this year is the first year that I feel like I'm really starting to like get the feminine magnetism, the feminine receptivity. And what we're going to talk more about today, the magnetized portion of this formula, it's like your ability to receive pleasure is directly proportional to your ability to receive your desires and receive your manifestations. Carla's saying, I cried for the first time since my divorce in March. Wow. Yes. Huge release and forgiving. Receptivity. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Beautiful. Working with the feeling versus time. True surrender to divine order. Yeah. My vision gets so much clearer and I'm learning more about the limiting beliefs that were holding me. Yep. I take things further than my thoughts. That's right. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Bravo, everybody. Okay. So as my teacher used to say, he was like, once you climb a mountain, you now prove to yourself that you can climb a mountain. And now you can see all the other mountains that you have yet to climb. And as we start to, not yet, but in a little bit, I'm going to share the 5-part formula. And after that, we're going to start to bring this training to a close. Right. And then I know what happens usually at the end of these. I know what's at stake. It's so easy for us to just choose to go back to our regular days. It's easy for us to go back to our stressy routines and to choose not to feel our feelings, to keep our pleasure locked in a little cage and it to be last on our priority list, because we are all a product of our environment and our relationships. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm noticing that like the people in the environment tends to get like more stressy and toxic by the day. And so like the habits and the routines that we can fall into, the frequency that we fall back into, the people that we surround ourselves with, a lot of them don't see reality the way that we do. They don't take the time to think about their pleasure or their dreams or alchemy. And all of that is keeping you from your dream. And the thing I want to affirm, that your vision, your dream is uniquely yours. I believe that your dreams are divinely inspired. I'm going to say that again. I believe that your dreams are divinely inspired, that nature put them there. Right? And your vision, the one that you can see that no one else can, that is what the world needs right now. I believe that it is your vision, your creativity, your bliss, your pleasure, and magic that is going to birth heaven on earth. So don't tuck that away. Okay. So if you would like to avoid falling back into the old rhythm and routine, and you know that this formula might help you get there, who would like to find out and really discover the full 5-part formula that is not only going to keep you from backsliding, but also make this dream feel inevitable? Just give me a yes in the comments if you would like that. This is a way for you to merge with future you every single day, twice a day, if you're feeling fancy. Okay, great. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my slides and also just shout out to the team. You guys, the Ziva team has done such an amazing job. They were like rocking these slides moments before we got here. And I think that they're so beautiful. Give me a thumbs up. Can you see these? You got it? Okay, great. Okay. So what's happened so far is that we've tasted 3 of these ingredients in our body today, right? We tasted the visualize, the alchemize, and the magnetize. No, so now my job is to make sure that your mind has an understanding and a framework of all 5 parts of the formula. And more importantly, how they complement each other and how they work together. So we start by going into the unmanifest, into the quantum realm. And I'm not going to go deep into the science because this is basically what we covered on Monday. But I would say this is the first and arguably the most important part of getting what you want, is accessing the unmanifest, right? Remember, when you access the field, you get access to what you want, right? When we access the field, we get access to what we want. And having specific tools that are going to give you your unique key to unlock what I call the bliss field or the quantum realm is the foundation. Right now, again, the quantum realm is this verifiable 4th state of consciousness where you're moving beyond waking, beyond sleeping, beyond dreaming. And this is where your body is getting rest that's 5 times deeper than sleep, where the right and left hemispheres of your brain are functioning in unison, which starts to strengthen the corpus callosum, and it starts to unlock your unique creative potential. Right? It's where we bridge the masculine and the feminine, the past and the future. And more importantly, this is where we start to access the 99.9% of the knowable universe. Just going to say that again. 99.9% of the knowable universe. And it just makes me like a wee bit angry because I'm like, why didn't anyone tell us that this was the thing? And maybe they did in physics in high school and I wasn't paying attention. But like, what? Were you guys trained that the quantum field is a thing? Were you trained on how to get there? Were you trained on how to work with it? 99.9% of the universe, and none of us even figured it out until very recently. Whew. Okay. So here's the beautiful part. When you start to have a daily tool to access the unmanifest, not just once, but twice a day, you're healing your body. You're accessing the infinite source of divine intelligence, right? You're plugging yourself into the source of creativity. And this is what makes space for higher levels of consciousness. It what makes our manifesting cup bigger, as we talked about on day 2. So I can't overstate the importance of getting access to the quantum realm. So I talked a little bit about the initiation, but what I find is that it's like, it doesn't matter how many books you've read, your ability to manifest is limited by the amount of stress stored in your nervous system. And if you're not transcending that, if you don't have a repeatable, proven method to transcend your current 3D state of consciousness and access the other realm, the quantum realm, then we get trapped in an invisible cage of predicting our future based on our stressy, trauma-filled past. So what we do in Ziva is that you're given a mantra. And some of you I know have done Ziva online. And in Ziva online, we use 3 sort of like universal mantras, very gentle mantras. What I've been talking about, when I'm going to talk more about the history of in a moment, you're given your own unique mantra, which is like a meaningless primordial sound, right? And the whole point of it is to de-excite and get quieter and quieter until finally it disappears and you start to access the field. Oop, hold on. Yeah, there we go. And then when you're in the field, this is the quantum field I keep talking about. And then your body starts releasing stresses, right? That deep rest that's 5 times deeper than sleep, you're de-exciting the nervous system. When you de-excite your body, it starts to heal itself. And one of the things that it heals itself from is stress. And then the stress starts leaving the body, and then the body's going to launch into a little bit of activity. And then the mind corresponds with activity. What is mind activity? Thoughts. So the body starts releasing stresses in the form of thoughts, and they start little faint and little fine, a little dreamlike. And then eventually you become aware of the fact that you're having a thought. And then you just gently float back to your primordial sound, right? And it's this whole beautiful cycle. And it's very simple, but very profound. But basically it's as simple as, if you want to quantum jump into a new timeline, it's really important that we get access to the quantum field. And that is what has changed the game for me and my clients. And some people can access this on their own occasionally, but it's very rare. And the good news is that you don't have to clear your mind, you don't have to become a monk, and you do not have to change your whole identity, right? There is an initiation designed for householders. So like in India, people believe that you're either a monk or a householder, and it's less than 1% of the population that is monastic by nature. So again, the reason why I'm not just teaching this right now on this free webinar is that this is like, it's not a toy, okay? And it can create a level of release and like a purgative. And so it requires guidance and support and facilitation and integration. And look, if you want to dabble in meditation, there are plenty of free apps out there. There's plenty of guided audios. I have plenty of guided audios on YouTube you could use for dabbling. And all of those, even mine, are like drinking a delicious glass of water. What I'm interested in is you starting to get into the ocean. So here we go. So I'm going to do a little bit of history. Okay. So let's say you wanted to learn like this particular part of the formula, part 1 of the formula, even 50 years ago. Not that many people were teaching in the US. You'd have to fly to Delhi, probably not direct, take a train up to Rishikesh, which is where I started my training back in 2007. And then from Rishikesh, you'd have to hike about 18 hours up to Jyotirmat, depending on how good shape you're in. And then you get to a little town called Jyotirmat, right? Home of this knowledge. There you get to an ashram, knock on the door and be like, hello, I'm here to learn meditation. And they'd be like, cool. Did you bring your gifts? Well, what are the gifts? It'd be a handful of fruit, handful of flowers, right? Now, why fruit and flowers? Because at that altitude in the Himalayas, there's a lot of rock, there's a lot of ice, and those things are very hard to come by. They'd also ask you if you brought your initiation fee. And back in the day, it would be whatever you earn in a week. So if you're a rice farmer, you'd bring a week's worth of rice. If you're a potato farmer, kind of sucks for you because you're hiking 18 hours with a sack of potatoes on your back. And then once you join, you would basically receive your own mantra, and then you'd learn how to use it. You'd stick around in the ashram for a few more days. And if the mantra is like the key, then each day you're sticking around to get the driving instructions of learning how to drive the car on your own. And then by the time you graduate, you're not reliant on any one person, any one guru, any one ashram for the practice. So again, when I graduated as a teacher, I took a vow that says that when I teach this particular portion of the Ziva technique, that I teach it in its purity. And again, those of you who have done Ziva online with me, you've done basically like a gentler version of this. So in Ziva online, we don't do puja. There's no fruit or flowers. You're not given personalized mantras. And I made that gentler on purpose because again, with an online training, it's like, I'm not in the room with you. I can't know that you're being held. But what's coming soon is a bit of a hybrid, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So the thing is, and I know this is, it's a little opaque, and I'm happy to stick around for questions in a little bit, but the personalized mantra is basically giving you the key to the car. It's like a backstage pass to the unmanifest, to the quantum realm. And it really is the foundation on which the rest of the formula is built. I would say this is the one part of the thing that's changed my life and the lives of my students more than anything else. And sometimes it's it's hard for me to talk about this because I feel like a little like I'm bragging, or maybe it's just, I don't know, some like upper limit. But I will say that I used to have a full-time employee whose only job was to manage our case studies and testimonials and like amazing things that were coming in. And now some people have asked for the science of what's happening. And I just want to share that like the stories I'm about to share with you, this is my science. When I learned how many people are in most scientific studies, it's somewhere between like, depending on the study, it can be as low as like 15 to 30 people. When they're big, it's like we had 1,400 people in this study. You know how many people I've taught? 250,000. So I might not have a study to give you, but I got a lot of anecdotal evidence. And so I'm just going to keep sharing these stories because my students can say it so much better than I can. I think, oh, this is Kalyana. She's here today.
piece that I think is missing in a lot of courses is the combination of the meditation and the embodiment practices. I know for me was so impactful because I'm in my head 90% of the time and I need to get out of my head and into my body. And that's what Ziva Magic did for me. Out of my head, into my body, and really allow space for processing emotions. I am no stranger to feeling my feelings. I literally have taught it for 25 years, but this was a whole new level for me. It was a much deeper invitation for me to be in my body, to be in my feels, and to be with wonderful music and practices that supported the processing and the feeling of some really intense emotions. And oftentimes I find we think we've dealt with something, or we've got that sorted, you know, we've purged that. And a lot of times we really haven't. We've just kind of calculated it intellectually, but it's still living in here somewhere.
Can you guys hear okay? Because we have a few video testimonials. Just give me a thumbs up if the sound is okay on that. Okay, beautiful. So some of you are saying, you know, I've already done Ziva online, and we're going to talk about this much more today and later. But basically, no matter where you are on your journey, what my job is to let you know, like, what can be your next step. So wherever you are, if you're happy with what you have and the tools you have, then amazing. But many of us are like, what's next? How do I deepen? How do I enrich my practice? How do I become even more of a match for my dreams? And that's my job, right? To keep helping you embody the frequency of heaven on earth. Like, look, we all have choices and consequences in our life. And I find that the consequence of not having a tool to access this realm is that most of us can't work any harder than we're already working, right? Like Kalyana was saying, she's in her head all of the time. She needed tools to get back in her body. How many of you feel like you could use some tools and some help getting back in your body, right? Most of us are maxed on what we can do with our minds in the 3D realms. So what if instead we had an actual like magic wand where we could get our hands on the wheels of quantum reality and then unlock access to this infinite source of divine intelligence? Pretty good, hey? Okay, so I've shared with you the world's simplest manifestation formula. So far we talked about part one, all right? First part of the formula, which is the unmanifest. Now we're going to transition into the manifest. Okay. And remember that the simplest formula, if you're like, I never want to see Emily again, just remember this: feel good, place the order, feel good. Okay. Now, I don't need to tell you this again. When you access the field, you get access to what you want. And what we do at Ziva, right? We start with the meditation. We use the mantra to go down into the field through de-excitation. And then with the embodied manifesting, we use our breath, we use our pleasure, we use our embodiment to access the field through excitation. And this is the meme I was telling you guys about. We got meditation and manifestation. We go to the unmanifest and the manifest. We de-excite and we excite. And also, just side note, as we were making these slides, I was like, I feel like I'm aging really well. That picture in the purple was like 12 years ago. And the picture in the rust was 8 months ago. It's like a big difference. Okay, now this is what we got a taste of today, right? The embodiment form of visualize, alchemize, magnetize. And this is part of the embodied manifesting. So let's just put it all together visually. So you look on the bottom, you've got the unmanifest and the manifest. So far, we've talked about the importance of accessing the field, and then the visualize, we've spent a lot of time on. What do I want? See it, smell it, taste it, feel it. And a lot of you have already determined that, oh, it's the details that really light me up. And for some of you, it is it's the feeling. So most people are manifesting just with their minds, or manifesting with their minds trapped in the past. And this is honestly why I think most people say that manifestation doesn't work. They think that it's just magical thinking, or they write it off as woo. But here's the thing, if you're not being intentional about what you want your reality to look like, then you might be accidentally manifesting your biggest fears. And Neville Goddard said it best, feeling is the secret, right? And feeling it, and I know I'm saying visualize, but as you've noticed, when we actually do the visualize, I bring you into all 5 senses. Right? It's like you're merging with future you inside of the visualize. And again, like we just tasted, it requires you to access future you, the version of your timeline that has already manifested the things. And I really love how many of you have reported that your dream has gotten clearer. And like, this has happened only in 8 days, right? And there's a reason why some of the greatest spiritual teachers and inventors and innovators have been using this visualize, not only to create what they want, but to leave the world better than they found it. Oh, here we go. Here's
manifested more than I ever knew to dream of. First of all, more pleasure than I could ever imagine. A better relationship with my husband. I have manifested a dream home on the beach in Panama, and now I'm building a mountain home in the United States. I have so many, many, many blessings. I have evidence of magic all around, from finding the perfect school for my boys to literally finding a hat. I needed a sun hat, and it literally like washed ashore at my feet. It was crazy. And life just continues to bring me unexpected blessings and bounty. And I truly, because of Ziva, am enjoying more life than I ever thought possible. True, just lightness and bliss, even though it takes a little bit of time. And at first I thought that time was taking away from the family or away from my other needs and obligations. It has truly only enhanced. So do it if you have any desire. It is absolutely an amazing, amazing gift you can give to yourself and your loved ones.
So I'm curious if any of you have felt like this, if you felt like, even those of you who love meditation, we're like, oh, the time, right? We're just like, it feels like I need to do that with my son. I need to be with my kids. I should be working. Anyone feel like the time is the thing? And then more importantly, have any of you actually transcended the time piece where you're like, oh, I know that quote of like, if I don't have time to meditate twice, I must make sure that I meditate 3 times. Or if you don't have time to meditate for 20 minutes, you better meditate for an hour. I feel like that's the truth, because again, and this is what we covered in great detail on day 2, is that stress is making us stupid, sick, and slow, right? Okay, so we've got the unmanifest, we've got visualize. Laura was saying, wow, on day 2 of the course, I sat down to do the visualization from yesterday. And just as I settle in, I get a notification on my phone, 2 potential clients that she had discovery calls with. They want to sign up for a coaching program. That's 3 clients since I made the decision to commit to this and to do what really lights up her soul. And I know some of you are already saying, like, just in this time, you've gotten clear on your vision, and then nature is responding, right? This is the power of when your electromagnetic field is working with the quantum field. All right, so accessing the unmanifest is the foundation. Getting clear on the vision is what creates your map. And then the next step is what clears the invisible cages, what we just tasted today. So how many of you right now feel like you know what you want, but you feel like there's like some sort of an energetic block where you're like, it's so close, I can taste it, but there's something like a force field or something that's making me ricochet or something that's blocking it in the field. Like for me, I've basically manifested my entire, like my dream life beyond what I knew to pray for. And I'm still calling in love. Like it's still not here. There is some kind of an invisible block, and either I'm not ready, he's not ready, I don't know, but there is something still keeping me from this relationship. And so this gets to be my spiritual curriculum, right? Of like, what is there left to alchemize? Who do I get to be to really step into being a match for this? Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Yep. Ooh, I'm not saying I don't feel blocked anymore. That's right. The temptation of the old paths. I like that you're calling it the old paths. Ooh, Lynn is saying not anymore after these 8 days. I know I should have asked you guys this before we did the activation because I know everyone's feeling so clear and open. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Julian's saying fear of lack. Ooh, I just removed blocks from centuries. Yes, Clinton. Okay. So maybe this is not relevant to you because we just did 2 days of Alchemize this week. So your channel might be pristine. But I do believe that, but like good news, like it's a practice. It's like brushing our teeth. There's going to be new stuff that comes onto your nervous system, and we need to get into the habit of alchemizing. And I think that this is one of the most pivotal components of manifesting. And it was really surprising to me when I started teaching this, because I was definitely of the spiritual bypassing love and light school, right? And when I started teaching this, it's like how much power got unlocked, how quickly sort of people were able to transmute their biggest challenges into their superpowers to help them get what they wanted. Now, I find most people who are struggling are just not, they don't have the tools to clear the channel. They're trying to feel good before they have the ability to feel at all. Right? Because most of us, again, have been trained since infancy to not feel our feelings. Numb, 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 bottles, booze, internet, porn, shopping, SSRIs, don't feel, don't feel, don't feel. But the unfelt feelings don't go away. They get repressed into your cellular memory, and the body does, in fact, keep the score. Every uncried tear, every unexpressed stream, every unsaid truth gets stored in your body, and it impacts your energetic field. So again, it's not just about accessing the realm, it's about how your field is interacting with the field. So this is why it's such a necessary part of the formula. And the beautiful byproduct is that your body starts to be more radiant and healthy, right? It starts to clear things in real time, right? So if the key to the formula here is feel good and place the order, your body can't feel good if you've spent decades numbing yourself from feeling it all. And this is the imperative preparation for part 4 of the formula. This is why my clients are making such a big impact on the world and why they're having such amazing success, because they first learned the safety to feel the full range of their emotions, being held in community, which is a superpower. And then they learn how to transmute it so they can become a match for their dreams. So if you're not alchemizing, not only are you not ready for the next step, but then your body isn't available to feel the level of pleasure and ecstasy and life force that is yours to have. Like a lot of manifestation teachers are going to tell you to think positive, keep your attention on what you want, love and light. But it's actually been proven that authenticity vibrates at a higher frequency than love. The truth vibrates at an even higher frequency than love. And if your truth is that you're grieving, then that grief wants to be expressed. It needs to be felt. The feelings are meant for feeling. It wants to be alchemized to make space for more joy, more pleasure. Right? If you're angry or upset, like you can turn that into incandescent magnetism for your dreams, but not if you swallow it inside. Okay? If you swallow it inside, you take what could be fuel for your dreams and you turn it into fuel for sickness or even physical pain. I'll share a story. It's kind of embarrassing, but here goes. A couple of months ago, we were like gearing up for the launch, and a few friends invited me down to Nashville to be on their podcast. And I love them and I wanted to see them, but I had just run a retreat. It was like a 4-day retreat. So I finished the retreat. I got on a plane. I flew to Nashville. I did 2 podcasts and I flew back like an insane person. And then the next morning I woke up and my back was totally seized up. I was like, oh, surprising, shocking, because I was pushing past, right? And I wasn't allowing myself to slow down and feel. So here's the really good news. I just cried. I just laid on my biomat and I cried. And thank God Rosa was here. Rosa is one of my co-facilitators. She's one of our Ziva guides. And she was here and she held space for me. And I did alchemy and I moved my feelings. And the next morning I woke up and my back was fine. Have any of you ever had this happen where like there's something going on in your body and then you feel your feelings and magically it shifts? You know, there's a whole body of work around this. Louise Hay really triumphed this, Dr. John Sarno, like the what is it? The body keeps the score. But also the idea is that if you have emotional pain that's not being expressed, your body's going to find a way for the pain to be expressed. And sometimes it can show up in physical manifestations. So this is a wild story I'm going to share with you about someone who felt their feelings and then changed physical pain.
My name is Kat, and I found Ziva Magic through Ziva meditation. I had already been meditating consistently for about a year at that stage. And one of the most surprising things for me in Ziva Magic was alchemy part and the alchemizing. I live with Hashimoto's, and when I started doing the alchemical breath work, I'd literally feel my power return, and I'd feel a lot of the autoimmune symptoms clear. And I would walk away from that practice and just like basically like skipping, like super happy. So I'm really grateful for that.
Thank you, Kat. Isn't it what, like every time it happens to me, it feels like magic. And it is. It's like, if you believe that you can live your life like either everything is a miracle or nothing is, right? Feeling your feelings and something healing on a physical plane feels like magic. And by the way, I'm not saying don't ever go to the doctor. Okay. Sometimes we need to go to the doctor. 3D is real too. But sometimes you just need to feel your feelings. Yeah, Krista said, before knowing how to alchemize, when something quote unquote bad happened, I was anxiety-ridden mess with a migraine and nausea. I dissolved in a mix of all the bad emotions spiraling out of control. Now I feel like solid ground in the middle of the storm. Felicia said the constant stress I walked around with for 2 years has left my body. The tension in my stress and shoulder blades that I thought would never go away was gone. And here's what's wild, is that eventually you're going to start finding pleasure in the expression of the feelings. You do this enough, you're going to start to liberate yourself from the invisible cages that have been keeping you from feeling safe enough to feel these feelings. Even so, Kelly is a mother of 6. I have 1 child, you guys. I have 1 child. And sometimes it's hard for me to feel my feelings. Kelly has 6 children. Okay. And she said that alchemizing my stuck emotions has evolved into more radiance and joy. This has transformed my confidence. And it's helping me to ask for support, to move through emotional triggers, and to become the mother and the wife that I want to be. I mean, again, there's so many of these stories, but we're going to keep moving. So, all right. So we've covered a lot of ground. So you've got the unmanifest, right? Which is basically using a mantra or a tool to help you to access the quantum realm. And then we've got the manifest, the unmanifest and the manifest. We've covered now 2 parts of it, visualize and alchemize. And we tasted the magnetize a day, but I want to go a little bit deeper into the history and science here, because this one is the one that most of us have been shamed and conditioned around, right? So if we agree that the better you feel, the more magic you attract, then it stands to reason that if we want to attract our goals, if we want to magnetize our big dreams for ourselves and the planet, it would behoove us to start to cultivate the most powerful, potent, feel-good chemicals that nature has installed inside of us into our brains and bodies. And what I've never heard other manifestation teachers talk about is that the power of using your pleasure to pray. Like, yes, there are tantric people talking about this, but in the mainstream manifestation world, using pleasure to pray is very radical. It's very taboo. So the power of learning to magnetize your dreams so that they are chasing you instead of you chasing them. And this is why magnetize is like our climax. It's like the penultimate, right? It's basically what every other part of the formula has been preparing you for. Oh, that slide is really, we're getting a little spicy here. It's getting a little titillating. This is preparing you for how to flood your brain and body with so much feel-good chemistry that not only are you an energetic match for your dreams, but you actually become a magnet for what you desire, because you learn how to turn on the part of your body that is responsible for magnetism. And I consider it a tragedy that so many people are cutting themselves off at the root because of outdated cultural conditioning and societal shame. And look, I get that this is not for everyone. Okay. And it might be, some of you might be feeling triggered right now. You might be feeling resistance. You might be having walls going up. And if that is you, know that You are safe and you are loved, and I get it, and it makes so much sense. And your triggers and your resistance and your fear is welcome here. Like, of course, right? But I believe that every single one of us deserves to feel good. I believe that bliss is your birthright. And I've seen that pleasure can be a pathway to the divine when we can access the full neurochemical cocktail that nature's given us. And while we like dipped our toe into this part of the formula, again, for obvious reasons, like this work requires safety and time and trust and consent and full commitment from everyone involved to really go deep into it. But once you unlock it, holy cannoli, all right, this is where things start to really feel like magic. And what I would say is that if you're still here with me on day 3, I know that you are ready to cultivate your life force and amplify your magnetism so that your dreams are coming after you, right? It's already happening. We're seeing it in the chat. The reality is there is life force inside, alive inside of you. And I think there's a reason why so many of us have been divorced from it, because it rewires your brain to feel like your dreams are safe. How many people felt like the dream felt closer at the end of the activation today than it did at the beginning? We listened to the same song. We did the same visualization. Who felt like their dream was a little bit closer at the end today? Like, say, let's actually not find a number. Let's say scale of 1 to 10. 10 is like my dream was 10x closer, 10, and 1 is like it was a little bit closer. Let's just put some numbers in the chat. Who felt like going through that exercise, accessing even a little bit of pleasure today made your dream feel closer? 10 is the most, 1 is the least. Yeah, wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 10, 10, 9, 9, 8, 6, 8, 10, 10, 10, 9, 8, 8, 10. Yeah. Okay. Makes me really happy. Makes me really excited. All right. So we've talked about all 5. I'm just gonna like weave them together and let you see like how all of these pieces are working together, right? So here's what we do. First, we create safety in our body and we access the quantum realm through the meditation, right? We get clear on what it is that we want. We get clear on the vision, and then we alchemize anything keeping us from being an energetic match for the dream. And then from that clear channel, we start to build the creation energy. We start to build the pleasure up from the hoo-ha, into the heart, up into the head. We send it up into the unmanifest to the dream, and then it floods back down. And the beautiful part is that you can do magnetize with breath. You can do it with dance. You can do it with pleasure. You can do it in whatever way feels safe and accessible for you, wherever you are in your embodied manifesting journey. And the byproduct of this, just like the byproduct of alchemize is less physical pain, the byproduct of the pleasure is that you get to have a reclamation. You get to have this level of embodiment, right? That goes way beyond manifestation. It will impact your sex life. It will impact how you feel when you walk in a room. It will impact your body age. It will impact your skincare routine. Like it's not just about the pleasure. It permeates every part of your life, including your receptivity. So again, if part of you feels afraid of this, know that it's normal and we are understandable. We're walking into a landmine of triggers and abuse and trauma by even bringing this up, but I am willing to do it. I am happy to do it because I believe so strongly that this is the very life force and the very energy that is in fact running the world. It is the magnetic force that keeps the universe spinning around itself. Eros is the magnetic force that keeps the double helix of our DNA strands together. And it is actually now running the world, right? We have proof and evidence that this force, which is neutral, right? The pleasure is neutral. The life force is neutral. But it is being distorted. It is being extracted and is being used in a way that is controlling and abusive. And I believe it's being used to create a version of hell on earth. And here's the really good news. It's not the life force is the enemy. And if people can use it to create hell on earth, then it is possible for us to get into our sovereignty. It is possible for us to reclaim our bodies as temples. And it is possible to remember to use our pleasure as a pathway to the divine. And if we do that, then this very same life force can be used to make heaven on earth, first in our own bodies, then in our lives, and then for the planet. Can I just get an amen? Oh my God, there's literally amen in the There's literally people saying amen. And yeah, this is my version of church, truly. And honestly, this was a lot of people's version of church for many, many, many thousands of years. There was goddess worship happening in caves for a long time. We're not going to go into that today, but like, look how beautiful Jessica is, right? She came on one of our retreats and she said, before I was facing so much conditioning and shame around erotic energy, she felt like she had to hide her body, that she didn't even want to be in her eros. She didn't know how to be held by the masculine. She didn't know how to be in her feminine. And she said the most transformational thing that happened to her when she started to magnetize was the elimination of shame. It's dissolved out of her body. She feels now that there's nothing shameful about her pleasure, nothing shameful about the erotic innocence. That now she feels like it's the most pure thing she's ever experienced. She knows it's ancient and that it's bigger than she ever dreamed of. She says she feels beautiful and magnetic and alive on a cellular level. She also, by the way, she said immediately after I signed up, I earned the investment back with a client who joined my program. Lots of surprise financial magic. So the reason why so many people are talking about money is that our money and our pleasure both live in our root, like our sense of safety both live in the root chakra. So when you unlock your pleasure and your sexual energy, a lot of people start to notice that their relationship with money shifts. Also, the more pleasure you can receive, the more you can receive of everything, including money. Julia said, I got it. Like, manifestation is no longer woo. I now see magic everywhere. I'm experiencing life from a new perspective, and I appreciate the endless joy surrounding me. I feel connected to source. Amen. And I'm much more intentional about how I use my resources of time and energy and money. I'm curious. I'd like to know, because this is new for me. I would not say I'm an expert at boundaries, but have any of you noticed that this work has helped you to be more boundaried, where you're just like, I like being with myself more and I'm protecting my own time and energy more? Yeah, Brooke said, I feel empowered and intuitive to tune in with my body and desires. So here's the deal. The magnetized portion is very powerful, but we don't take you there until you're ready, until you've had all of the other steps, until your body's ready, your mind is ready, and you have a community, right? We earn that trust, we earn the intimacy, and we prepare your brain and body. So today I invite you to choose to believe that you are a magic maker. I invite you to choose to believe that magic is real. And part of that magic is what nature has given us, that during like a God-given thing, that when you go into peak pleasure or orgasm, 80 different regions of your brain light up simultaneously. And it's very similar to the state of consciousness that we access in meditation, right? So 2 ways to access the field, through meditation and through pleasure, right? This is how we accelerate the manifestations, because we feel good and place the order. Good. Okay, last little piece of science, and then we're going to move on. Dr. David Hawkins, I think you guys are going to like this. He said that one individual vibrating with the energy of pure love can counterbalance the negativity of 750,000 people who do not. One person vibrating at the frequency of pure love can counter 750,000 people who do not. And I think this is why Maharishi used to say, like, we only need like X amount of people. Like, we don't need the whole world meditating. We just need like 1% of the world meditating. So I would say next time, if you're curious of whether or not you should post that thing on Instagram or share your joy or your gratitude or the puppy laughing or the baby giggling, like, please do it. Shine the light, share the gratitude, post the dance, right? It's not our darkness that scares us. It's our light. Thank you, Marianne Williamson. All right, let's take a big deep breath in. Exhale. Checking in with your body, noticing what this is bringing up for you. Anyone who's sort of new to pleasure, anyone want to be witnessed in their fear or frustrations, or you just like, Emily, come on, let's go. This pleasure is my jam. Put me in, coach. Oh, Jeannie's saying everything in nature is here for a reason. Nothing is extra. Our bodies are the same. Yes, Brian. Ooh, okay. That's cool math. Yes. Sharing the bliss. This is liberating. Ooh, snake teachings. Okay, beautiful. Oh, what's the 5th one in the formula? Michelle, I'm so glad you asked. It's almost like I forgot we had another one. Oh, Rosa, this is beautiful, Rosa. There's a lot. We're going to hear a lot from Rosa. There's a lot of stories here. Again, this is my science. Okay, so number 5, last part of the formula, actualize. Okay, y'all, this is the power of community, right? This is the power of integration. So we've got the unmanifest and the manifest, accessing the quantum field, getting clear on what you want, removing the obstacles, turning it all the way on. But then we have to make it a habit. Then we have to bring it into our calendar, into our day. Then we need community. All right. So I want to know from you, how many of you have started something really amazing and then you quit? And I want you to be honest. It could have been the best meal plan, the best exercise program, guitar lessons, singing lessons. Just if you're feeling brave, tell us what it was. Like, what was the weirdest thing that you started and then quit? And what's crazy is like, no matter how bad you want the thing, life gets in the way, right? It's like we get busy. So here's some really good news on this. You are 95% more likely to commit if you have an accountability group. 95% more likely to commit to a healthy habit if you have someone to check in with and a time to check in. That's like basically guaranteed success, you guys. All right. So this is the integration. This is where we take the formula, the ceremony that we just did, and we make it real. We make it a non-negotiable part of your life until it becomes who you are. And none of us are meant to do this alone. Right? None of us are meant to do it alone. I swear by circles, they have made me. I have a circle of 8 women that I'm in an entrepreneurial mastermind with. My Ziva team, we are a circle. I used to be in a circle of 8 women who were manifesting that like taught me a lot of manifestation a long time ago. The age of the guru is over, right? And right now I might have the microphone, but what we are moving towards societally is a mycelial network of magic. This is how the new earth is being birthed. And so what happens in the circles, and I've seen this happen so many times in our different Ziva communities, is like you get to name what you're manifesting. You get to name your dream and be held and witnessed in a small, intimate group of people who now don't know your past. They don't see your old failures. They don't know who you used to be. They only know you through the context of the dream that you're calling in. And I think Zach Bush has talked about this, and he has maybe some science to back it up. But if you have at least 6 people who can hold you in the new future version of yourself, it is enough to help you embody it. Also, Lynn McTaggart has an extraordinary science on this. She has something called the power of 8. And she said where 8 people hold a prayer together, the amplification and the impacts on the physical realm is measurable. And actually, there's a little sneak peek of what's coming, but I have been blown away by the Ziva graduates and Ziva guides who have raised their hand and enthusiastically applied to be a part of what's coming next, a part of what we're going to be revealing next week. And look, they're busy. They're high achieving people who are doing amazing things in the world. And they're just like, hey, I want to support this community. I want to host a Ziva circle myself because they want to pour back into it and they know how regenerated it is for themselves. Yeah, just a little window into these. So Mary said, I loved learning and sharing in this small, safe group. It was so special. Chetel said, I met someone that I did not connect with. She said, I've yet to meet someone in these communities that I did not connect with. I've made so many friends through this community. And then Amber said, the energy and amazing people being drawn to this work, the support and connection feeling is stronger and more authentic. It's one of the things that I'm most proud about is the caliber and amazingness of people that are attracted to this work of Ziva. Oliver said, I love the like-minded souls with who I can connect with online, in person, or even energetically at any time and feel supported and witnessed. Because look, not everyone can move to Bali for 2 years or go to India and apprentice for 5 years, but we still need the depths of these tools. We still need community, right? Because it's like, if you're committed to doing this work and walking the spiritual path and becoming a match for your dream, you're going to need a strategy and a supportive community. And I've been doing this for a long time now, like coming up on 19 years. And I know the points where you're going to want to quit. I know where you're going to be like, nope, I'm out, where your feelings are going to be like, oh, right. And the fact that none of us even learned that the quantum field is a thing, and yet it makes up 99% of the knowable universe. It's like, why are we not taught this stuff in school? It's different than what's out here in the manifest. So we need people who are like-minded to walk this path with us. So I'm curious if any of you have like a consultancy or a coaching business, or if you offer some sort of a product to your people as your business. Like, you would likely never just be like, okay, here's your thing. Good luck. Goodbye. And not give anyone any support or an instruction manual or customer service. Like, that would be insane. Right. And the thing is, what I see out there, especially with online trainings, is that most people quit before they even know what it is. Most people don't even know how to access their own pleasure, much less share it with other people. So it's like when we try to do this on our own, we make it really, really challenging for ourselves. Yep. Mary said the way that we can do this both in the privacy of our own home and then also have a community of people to reach out to, it allows me to take away what I want from the experience. All right. So now we've uncovered all 5 parts of the formula, right? The unmanifest and the manifest, the meditation, visualize, alchemize, magnetize, and actualize, like actually bringing this into your world. Now you know the importance of accessing the quantum field, how the right community can change the game. I want you to know that something exciting is coming. And if you want to get on the wait list, doors are not open yet. You can go to zivameditation.com/waitlist. And and then know that good things come to people who are on the wait list. So let me know right now. I just pop into the chat, like what questions are coming up. And in just a moment, we're going to do another little dance break. I'm going to stop sharing and let's do a little dance break. If any questions are coming up, you can put them in the chat. Let me share. DJ Bliss is coming back. Oh yeah, we're gonna go from right where, yep, here we go. So I'm gonna invite you to stand on up. Let's put us on gallery view if you can. Just shaking out any stuck energy from sitting so long. You can tune back into your dream if that feels good to you. Breathing life into your cells, bringing joy into your body. Doing a little shake out. Bringing fluidity into your spine. Starting to let your hips move a little bit, letting it get funky. Letting your little kid come out to play. Yes. Yes. I love you guys so much. Letting yourself find the aliveness, find the joy, find the play. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Big breath in. Exhaling on the sound of ah, the sound of God. So good. And then finding your way back to a seat. Noticing, let me know in the chat if you feel a little bit more alive. If you feel a little bit more present in your body, just noticing what one dance can do to your body. And I'm seeing some beautiful questions coming up in the chat. I'm going to address those in just a moment. Some people are like, wait, did we learn how to access the quantum realm? How do I get a community? Are you going to talk about the course? And the answer is we have not opened up enrollment just yet. There's something coming really exciting next week, but I am going to share a few more. I'm going to do like a little, as if hypothetically I was playing Gypsy Rose Lee and Gypsy Louise and Gypsy Rose Lee, and I was doing a little striptease for you. Taking a big deep breath in, exhaling. Okay, so there's a little bit more to go. So now that you know this whole formula, right? Now that you know the importance of having your own mantra, the importance of having a community and the way that support can change the game. Now that you know that we do not get what we want, we get who we are. And who we are is determined by how we feel and how we act, right? And I have spent years figuring out what is it exactly that makes people's dreams come true, right? Like, what was it that got me out of anxiety and insomnia? What is it that helps people sleep better, love themselves more, and become magnetic for their dreams? Like, I've been obsessed with this, finding out where I've been holding myself back, how each time I manifest a bigger dream, the fears come up, right? So each time I have chosen to find teachers who have been through the thing. I have chosen to surround myself with people who are choosing heaven over hell, people who are committed to leaving this earth better than we found it and brave enough to go inside of themselves and claim the bigness of their dreams. People with the bravery to feel what is real so that it can heal. And again, I keep saying this, but it feels like part of my dharma is to bring more of the frequency of heaven and earth. And so I am dedicated to helping each one of you manifest your big dreams. I want to share and teach the most effective initiations that are not only going to help you manifest your life, but have a great time while you're doing it. Because at the end of the day, that's the point, right? To have a good time. And none of us can do this alone. We're not meant to do it alone. And there's a beautiful African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And remember what we covered on day 2. Going fast in the wrong direction is one of the most expensive mistakes that you can make. Most of us need to slow down, get underneath the layer of our fear and our mind so that we can hear every single day how nature wants to use us to deliver our fulfillment to the world. Right? Get out of the I'll be happy when syndrome of, oh, if I can just achieve this thing, then I will be happy. Because that is an addiction and it's not true. So I really hope that what we've learned together so far, what you've embodied so far has helped you in these 8 days, in these 3 free sessions. And what I can see in the chat is that we have had these massive breakthroughs. So again, if this has helped you, my request is like, bring this bliss, bring this joy, bring this magnetism into your home, into your coworkers, into your field. Bring your dreams into the manifest. Please keep going. Like, bring the unseen into the scene. And as we start to wind this down, I want to say this again. It is really easy to fall back into your old patterns. It's really easy to go back into the old frequency and deciding to feel as past you. And most of you are likely going to return to normal. But y'all, the thing is that normal is not normal anymore. Normal is getting more stressed, more sick, more toxic by the moment. And so right now we have a choice to make, right? Like right now you get to make a decision. You can go back to who you were before Magic Maker, before you learned about all of these tools, or you can choose to embody the frequency of your future self. Like, do I want to create heaven on earth or allow the weight of the world to make me more stressed, more heavy, and more tired? Are you going to take everything that you just received over these 3 sessions, like 9 hours in, 3 days in? Are you going to take everything that you just received, everything you felt in your body, and take action on it, allow it to fuel your dream? Or are you going to do nothing? Are you going to let it be a distant memory, like a fever dream? I will say that this magic, this formula has made more prayers that I didn't even know to pray for have shown up. I have more time with my son. I have an amazing team at Ziva. I get to run pilgrimages at sacred sites around the world. I get to train with some of the most extraordinary people on the planet. I get to consult world leaders on how to rebalance the masculine and feminine on the planet. And I have not done any of this alone. I have had mentors, teachers, therapists, containers, gurus help me face my fears, remind me when I get scared, bring me back to my vision. And I know that this work is not for everyone. Okay, not everyone even has a big dream. Lots of people are not ready yet to feel the deep, unfelt feelings. And most of us have been conditioned by society that our pleasure is wrong and bad, and they might go their whole life never tasting that flavor of divinity. And while that makes me sad, I have to trust that those of us that are feeling the calling, those of us that know that this is our path, that we know it already, and that those are the people that I'm here to serve. So if that is you, if you're like, I am here to become the most magnetic, effervescent, joyous, highest vibrational version of me so that my dreams start chasing me, then I would love to help you. And I honestly don't know why anyone would try to do this alone. All of us need support. And look, I might not be your teacher, okay? A lot of people are genuinely allergic to my enthusiasm. They're like, there's no way that's real. She's got to be fake. She's certainly done Botox. By the way, I haven't. I had a woman write me on Instagram the other day. She's like, Emily, I would love to do more courses with you, but I feel like you are lying about your skin. And I was like, ma'am, all due respect, I have not tried Botox yet. I might soon, but I haven't yet. But please don't let my Botox career decide whether or not you are going to be initiated into the most beautiful practices on the planet. So again, I might not be your teacher. Okay. A lot of people are not on the Emily Fletcher train. They'd rather have a dude with beard and mala beads. Someone in here was like, there's no way you studied with Vedic masters and are dancing like this. And it's like, yes, I am. I have, and I am. And I think that we're here to have a good time. I think that the spiritual path doesn't have to be so crazy. Not everyone wants to be in Priestess the Musical. And I really get that. But if you do, right? It's really fun. Okay. And if I'm not your person, then here's my invitation. Please, please go find them. Go find them and go deep with them. But don't dig a bunch of 3-foot wells on Instagram and then be confused and frustrated why you're not hitting water. That's what a lot of people are doing. Eat protein, don't eat protein, meditate, don't meditate, ice plunge, don't ice plunge. You should chant, don't chant. Like people are just like dabbling and exhausting themselves with hundreds of open spiritual loops versus just choosing a path and going deep with it, creating deep, meaningful, rich relationships that you can trust so that your nervous system feels safe with actual humans. Right? So right now you have an opportunity very soon, coming up in just a few days, to activate the version of you that sees the unseen and knows how to harness the energetics of yourself and the planet. Someone who knows how to dance with your own darkness in a way that transmutes it into light, and someone who is no longer defined by stress and limiting beliefs, but someone who is here to birth a more beautiful earth for yourself and the planet. And what is coming is basically like the ultimate hybrid of things that you can do from the safety of your own home and live ceremony, intimate containers and accountability to amplify your dreams. And look, I could keep going about all this, but the doors are not even open yet. The doors are going to open next week. But know that what's coming, can meet you no matter where you are. Whether you've done 1 training with me or 5 trainings with me, this is going to be able to meet you where you are. And I've learned that a lot of you have actually completed level 1 or Ziva Online. And I want to say bravo, you are well on your way, right? Those of you who have already done Ziva Online, which is our 15-day online training, what's coming is a perfect next step for you. You're going to get to experience puja. You're going to get your own unique mantra, which takes the meditation into an entirely different universe. And those of you who are just learning about me and Ziva, all good. What's coming? It's called the Ziva Experience, and it can meet you where you are as well. You're going to have the whole first month to complete level 1 so that we all start on the same page and then we can go deep into the quantum realm together. And those of you who've already trained with me, who've done puja, who've received your own mantra, this is the perfect way for you to get your advanced technique and to go into the next level. Now, historically, I've not talked about advanced techniques very often publicly, but that is changing. Because it is becoming clear to me that what is happening on the planet, the level of intensity, the rate and speed of change that is speeding up, it is going to require deeper initiations and higher level, more advanced trainings. So I am coming out of the closet. I am making the advanced trainings more available. And this is part of what inspired the birth of the Ziva Experience, was to put the most advanced, effective initiations that I've ever experienced into one complete ecosystem, one complete embodied experience. Not so you can learn more things, so that actually you can remove all the shit that's keeping you from your dreams, remove all the stress that's keeping you from feeling how you want to feel, and so that you have a comprehensive way to experience these and make them a non-negotiable part of who you are. So again, right now you have a choice, right? And I actually want you to just close your eyes, bring your awareness into your body, big deep breath in, exhaling on an right? And just asking, are you the type of person who overworks, who does not slow down, who's in borderline burnout from stress? Are you the type of person who gives your body the tools it needs to rest deeply, to heal at a cellular level, and to access infinite creativity on demand? Are you the type of person who is willing to let your biggest opportunities pass you by because you haven't gotten clear on your dreams? Or are you someone who's willing to listen deeply enough, to be brave enough to name what you desire? Are you someone who's willing to live with pain stuck in your body from unfelt feelings? Or are you ready to alchemize even your greatest challenges into your superpowers? Are you someone who's okay skating on the surface of what's available to the human experience, trapped in your head, trapped in other people's ideas of good and bad? Are you the type of person who's willing to reclaim your body as a temple, your pleasure as holy? To be excited to cultivate the most magnetic and creative force on the planet to fuel your dreams? Are you someone who's willing to give up on your dreams because you're afraid they might never happen? Are you the type of person who's going to believe in magic and know that you can access it on demand? I'm just sitting with that and choosing right now. Who do I get to be? Who do I want to be? And in your own time, you can open your eyes and know that life is filled with choices. And some of them are hard. And hopefully this one at this point is actually very easy. That you get to choose to believe that you're worthy of your dreams. That you get to choose to believe that your dreams are worthy of transcending your addictions. You get to choose to believe that you are not someone who takes everything that you just got, all 3 days, all 8 days of this container, but 3 sessions of these trainings, and do nothing with it. Because that's what most people do. That's what most of you will do. Take a lot of notes, leave them getting dusty like a faded memory. Or we can take all of this and take action, right? To bring it into the manifest. That's what we get the choice of right now. I like to learn from people who have walked the path ahead of me. I have a lot of mentors and therapists and healers, and I like to pass this on. I have been blessed with some of the best teachers on the planet, and now it is my joy and my delight to synthesize all of that into the most beautiful, complete, life-changing experience and share that with you. So if you are feeling this and you're feeling excited, again, you can go to zivameditation.com/waitlist. You can get on the waitlist, but this is basically how we can work together to manifest your dreams, right? In a couple of days, we're opening the doors. And what's being born is a culmination of the 2 lineages that have changed my life the most dramatically, right? And I realized something last night as we were working on these slides. My team and I make so much content for free. Like we have 15 years of emails we've been sending out, 17 years of YouTube videos, 5 seasons of a free podcast, 3 years we've been doing Magic Maker for free. We have the book, and I love doing all of this. It nourishes me. It lights me up. But what I realized last night as we were putting together all these stories is that every single one of the stories that you heard is from someone who has made the decision to enroll in a training. Someone who has believed that they are worthy and raised their hand and said, like, yep, I'm going to commit, I'm going in, right? Because there's something that happens in that decision. There's something that happens in that transaction where nature starts to shift around that reality. So when you get out of the stands and into the arena, right? Like this is where things start to change. And this is where my life's work is. This is where I put my attention, right? And I've built my work on the shoulders of giants, right? I have seen up close and personal the transformations that are worthy of their own movies. I've seen people's souls come back in their bodies. I've seen people heal generations of trauma in one session. I've seen people reconnect to the divine in real time. Like it's wild what I've witnessed. And so I am going to shout this stuff from the rooftops. I'm going to start to bring my triple Aries into making this work even more known, because when I find things that work, again, I want to say, why isn't everyone doing this? So here's what I know for sure. You're never going to find a more complete, a more comprehensive, a more stunningly beautiful and effective initiation on the internet, especially not at the price point. And this is a world-class transmission with world-class cinematography, world-class guides, and extraordinarily amazing humans that are drawn to this work. And I didn't make like 10 different courses at $1,000 each, because that could be like confusing and exhausting for people. It's also confusing for the Ziva team. And this is not just a course, okay? This is like a full consciousness architecture. This is an initiation and a community. This is an experience. And ultimately, this becomes who you are, right? Someone who not only believes in magic, but knows how to make it on demand. So I'm just going to give you a little striptease, a little sneak peek as to what we're revealing this week. So zivameditation.com/waitlist. If you're like, oh my God, Emily, let me in. This feels so exciting to me. This is basically a very comprehensive meditation and embodied manifesting training, right? You're going to get an initiation. You're going to get access to the unseen realms, your own mantra. You're going to get a one-on-one initiation from me or one of my teachers. You're going to have days of live training. If you're brand new to Ziva, you're going to get access to our level 1 so we can all be on the same page. And then from this place where we all have access to the unmanifest, where we've all created safety in our nervous system, where we've all shed many layers of stress, from there, we get to together go into the manifest. We get to experience something called Ziva magic together, where we go through visualize, alchemize, magnetize, and actualize in a much deeper way than we did together over these few sessions, right? Clarifying the goal, clearing the blocks, turning your pleasure all the way on. And then I'm going to be teaching live every single month. And then I have amazing Ziva guides and guest teachers that are coming in. And then if you desire, you can join a Ziva circle. Now, this is going to be an intimate container of 15 people, and you're going to have your own guide that you can share your vision with. They're going to hold you accountable. They're going to make sure you're not just like jumping off and jumping off. You don't have to be a part of a circle, but most of us love and need the extra support and encouragement. And the guides are exquisite. And then we have Zivana. Okay. Now, Zivana is, you can think of her as like your personal meditation and manifesting maven. And if you've ever wished that you could like call me in the middle of the night and be like, oh my God, Emily, I just got this vision. Or like, Emily, I've been manifesting this thing for like 3 months and it just won't happen. Or like, hey, can you just make me like a day by day routine of meditation and manifesting? This is what Zivana is designed to do. She's been trained on 2 decades of my teaching, my book, my podcast, every live teaching I've ever done. And she can basically make you like a custom plan. She can make you custom manifestations. And she's really good at doing everything that my human brain cannot do. By the way, Zivana is our like AI software inside of the Ziva experience. And the thing I want to say is that every step builds upon the previous one. So and this is a 6-month container that we're building. And by the time those 6 months go by, not only are you going to have an entirely recalibrated nervous system, not only are you going to have so much more access to pleasure than you thought possible, not only will you have likely manifested many, many of your dreams, I hear this again and again, but you are going to have an amazing world-class community of kind-hearted magic makers who want you to win. And that is worth more than any course can ever provide. Oh yeah, and probably your sleep and sex are going to get a lot better too, and you're probably going to get a lot hotter. All right, look, I could keep going. I might break out into song. I could start doing high kicks and doing whole musical numbers about how effing amazing this is. But I'm gonna call it. I think we have like one more sexy montage of a video that I think the team can share with you, and then the team can stick around and answer a few questions. But I want to just say like, bravo, like let's give yourselves an enormous round of applause. Summer's like, open the doors. This is exactly like the Summer. This is what I manifested, right? I wanted you to be like so turned on. I wanted you to be like so hungry that you're like, Emily, just let me in. So thank you, Summer, for being the like manifestation that I wanted. Again, zivameditation.com/waitlist. Good things come to those who are on the wait list, y'all. Like really good things. Lisa said, I tried Zivana yesterday and I was so surprised about her questions. It helped me get clear on my vision. Yep. So yes, open the door. She speaks the truth. Someone's saying sleep is better. Orgasms are better. Yep. Someone said, I'm feeling super resistant. So I know this is something that I have to do. I would like to give you a high five for knowing the difference between what's a boundary and a no, and what's like resistance. I'm going to feel proud of myself on the other side of this, right? If you're just like disgusted and you want to throw up in your mouth, even looking at my face, I'm probably not your teacher. But if you're like, oh my God, what is she saying? Is she really that happy? Or I don't know. That's probably a yes, right? Someone just showed up. I love that you're like 4 hours into the training and you just got here. Good news, friend who just showed up. zivameditation.com/replay. You can watch all of it. We wanted to give you guys a couple of days to watch the replays. And before we open up the doors, Chunk is saying, I'm in, let's go. Ziva's on my wish list. Yes. It's so much better in person. Yes. Cecilia's saying, thank you for telling the group a comment about not manifesting your love. It shows your authenticity. Oh yeah. And look, I really want it. And I'm doing everything I know to do, and it's just not here yet. And here's what I feel proud of. I used to feel sad about it and like mad and like I was a failure. Like, I'm like, oh God, I'm teaching manifesting and this thing isn't here yet. But now like what feels like a win for me is that I genuinely believe, like, I can feel how much better I'm getting, like how the longing and the desire and the self-inquiry is sculpting me into a more self-sufficient human. And I know and trust that that is also happening for my beloved. Like, I trust that anyone who is an energetic match for me is going through that same level of initiation. And so now I get to like celebrate this time where I get to like, you know, make whatever I want for dinner and sleep in my own bed and, you know, like live, you know, like really be in my own energy before he shows up. Because I know he's coming. Uh-huh. Yep. Emily's, that's so helpful for me too, to know that he's on the way. He's not ready for me yet. He's preparing. That's right. He's preparing. Uh-huh. Okay. Any other burning questions before we end this outrageously amazing 3 sessions, 8 days, like 9 or 10-hour training of Magic Maker? You guys are rock star heroes. This team is rock star heroes. Uh-huh. Oh, okay, great. I love this. Someone's like, I have a tax return coming. That's exciting. Oh, so Signy saying, how much time do we need to set aside next week? All of those like 3D questions, all of that is we're going to answer next week. We're actually going to have a little surprise party on Monday at 3 p.m. for those of you that really like the nitty gritty. But in the meantime, zivameditation.com/waitlist. Great. Okay. Oh, so Jugita saying, I love your fire energy. Yep, I got a lot of it. I'm literally sweating right now. Like my body is like hot, like fire. Team, are you guys going to show, we have one more little montage for you guys. Are you guys going to show it, or I don't think I have access to it, or should we dance out?
Let's dance it out.
Let's dance it out. Oh, I know. We're going to finish where we started. Here we go. DJ Bliss strikes again. Okay. We're going to go Future. This song is called Future Looks Like Wow. So stand on up, tuning into the version of you that gets to open up the wait list. It's like, oh my God, this is the experience of my dreams. Thank God Emily and the team made it. I'm so excited to join.
Bring it in, I burn them with the high. Making moves, making moolah. Bada bing, bada boo, yeah. Get loose, get ready for this, it's all.
Yeah, there we go. We get to see all these beautiful magic makers. Thank you for staying with me. Wow, you guys are rock stars. Don't worry, we only went 3 hours.
And it's looking like how future looks like wow. And it starts right now. It's like wow. Yeah, future looks like wow. Oh wow. And it starts right now. Yeah, future looks like wow.
And if there's anything else you want to manifest, anything else you're calling in, just take advantage. This beautiful astrological time we're in, all these thousands of magic makers tuning into that prayer portal, that antenna, and dance it in right now.
It's coming up right now. It's coming up right now. It's coming up right now. And it's looking like how? Wow. Wow. The future looks like wow.
Yes, I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Go share some magic with your beloveds. We love you. We love you. We love you. Goodbye.